Good afternoon. Welcome to another Toon review. Watchalong. Newcastle United take on Fulham at St James's Park in a very important Premier League fixture. We do have some team news. Of course we do. And there is Newcastle United team news, and it's an unchanged lineup. Joe Linton is in the side. He does start. Eddie Howe said they had lots of internal discussions. Joe has addressed the team, deeply remorseful for his actions the other night. Apologised to the team and the squad, and therefore he's in the side, and maybe he's got something to prove to the fans. You know, it could be a big incentive for him to go out there and smash it today, which he's been doing all season long. So we can hardly criticise him for his playing, but certainly a lapse in judgment the other night. But we will go through the team. Nick Pope in goal, Kieran Trippier captain at right back, Dan Burnett left back, with the centre backs being Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, Bruno Guimaraes sitting in the six, Willock and Longstaff ahead of him. Willock will alternate with Joe Linton out there on the left flank, Alderman on the right flank, and Callum Wilson retains his place up front. Substitutes, and Martin Dubravka is back on the bench. Jamal Lascelles, the club captain. Alison Maximan's there. Matt Ritchie's there. Lewis is there. Isak is there. Manquillo, Chris Wood, and Jacob Murphy. So an unchanged lineup from the Leicester fixture of the night. Fulham lineup like this. They have lost Anthony Robinson at left back. Kurzawa comes in, and remember Craven Cottage, Mickey tore him to pieces. Don't forget that. They have Leno in goal. But Leno in goal has been outstanding this season. Kenny Tete at right back. Kurzawa at left back. Tim Ream and Diop in the centre half, being the captain. They played two double pivots there, Palhinha and Harrison Reed. And then they have Andreas Pereira in the 10. They could have a Reed. Willian and Mitrovic has come back to the side, of course. Of course, our former player, a big Newcastle United supporter. He's back in there. Subs are Rodak, Tosin, Chalobah, who of course was sent off in the reverse fixture. Tom Kearney, Wilson, Solomon, Dan James, Vinicius, and Harris. There's your lineups, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take some comments, but before we go any further, please, if you do like what you're seeing, hit us a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a penny, and it does help us in the algorithm, push us up the search engines for like-minded football supporters and Newcastle fans. And if you're new to the channel and you do like what you see, please join the community by becoming a subscribe member. Hit the subscription button and hit the subscribe button below. And there's also the option of becoming a member by hitting the join button. Press that and you'll be into a payment thing. And that costs you, I don't know how much it is a month, but it's a monthly payment. But it does entitle you to monthly draws, prizes, that kind of thing. But that's all the stuff done. Let's go through the comments. The first one's Ian A, who simply puts a nice little emoji there. Stu, Fibre Rays in the house. Afternoon, the Toon review and all the chatters. However, lads, let's have another class display and another 3 points. Yeah, we can't argue with that. Tony Burnett's here. I hope you're well, Tony. Barney Mins, hello, people. What a strange weekend of football at the Toon. It has been a very odd weekend this weekend, hasn't it? Some shocking officiating yet again. And also some strange results. Everton deep in the doo-doo, which is quite a nice one, isn't it? Jock Bar's here. Afternoon all. Looking forward to the great game. Let's get our third place back. And in fact, yeah, get our third place back. And we're right on the tails of Manchester City then, aren't we, as well? We're just a point behind them. James Pope's here. Looking forward to a great show and match. 2 wrongs do not make a right, but 3 lefts do. Solo's here. Afternoon all unchanged tip. Yes, indeed. And Tom confirms that with his every game he does this for us. He puts a lineup for us. And we've just read that out there with a picture. And there's the subs also. Thanks, Tom, for that, as always. Dominic Pursuto's here. Hi, guys. Here's looking at you, Billy Bob. Should be a great match indeed. A very open attacking match, I think. Fulham do. You know, they do play an attacking style of football. Optimal Forage over there in Japan has sent us 500 yen. Very kind of you there. All right, Billy, have a good one. That's a super chat there. Super chats are also available, folks, for you people to contribute to the channel. Everything is deeply, gratefully appreciated and gratefully received. And we thank you all for doing that. And lots of you do that on a regular basis. So thanks for that. Straight away for Optimal Forager. Jock Barr says, great to see Big Joe playing. James Pope says, I will respect any decision to play Joe and back him up. Of course, we all do. there were suggestions that, in fact, I made them myself at some point, that it might be took out the following on this week. But I also did say that it might, be used as a incentive point for Joe Linton to go out and smash it, and that's kind of what's going on, I think. Solar says, I think this is a big game for Wilson, and he's waiting in the wings. He needs a goal today. I agree with that. He's not looked himself lately, has he? Andrew Cross 100% agree that Joe Linton was picked to start. Jock said, James Pepper, a lot of managers would drop a player, but I'm happy Eddie has stuck with him. Rob H says, see, Eddie has stuck. Indeed, he has. Ches is here, the mod. Our mod, hi all. Please remember to keep comments respectful, no all caps, and asking for streams, links. No spoilers, wait for the reaction. Spoilers include goals, subs, pens, cards, offsides, corners, whatever you like that happens in the game. And the way to do that is I'll be watching it through my Sky. If I'm behind you, just pause your stream until I've started. I'll give you I've got no clock because I'm not I'm not privy to the software Paul has. But what I will do, I will announce when it's kicked off, and I will give you time updates all the way through the game. Shane's down there in Australia. Good morning, everyone. These 1 a.m. kickoffs are killing me. If we take our chances today, I think we win this comfortably. I agree with that. Funkypigeon.com says, well, that is commitment. Ches asking Shane where he lives, and Shane will probably tell him. Clon Lad says, great to see Big Joe start. I think Shane's in Canberra, by the way, Ches, if he doesn't answer. It is great to see great Big Joe start. Optimal Forward, hello everyone. It's been a while. I hope everyone's great here. The form has carried on with the football team, and so we're all happy. So let us wonder what Maxi must be feeling now, as he probably thought he'd be starting after the Big Joe thing. Well, he's got to get a chance, and he's got to take it when he gets in, I suppose. And there you go. Stephen Megson, hi there. I'm Stephen from the UK. I was put Newcastle United. Good for you, Stephen. Give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, mate. It doesn't cost you a penny. It'd be very much appreciated if you do that, and it helps us. We're on our way to 17k now. We've had a phenomenal year, and we're going to keep continuing it. Optimal Forward again. So I just wanted to ask you all to spare a thought for 2 lost British citizens in Ukraine. I was acquainted with Andrew from his time as a PhD student at the University of Canterbury, New Zealand. Yes, of course, those 2 poor people that have gone to Ukraine in a mercenary, I don't know what the word is, they've gone to help out, and they've gone missing. So we are sparing a thought for those people today. Jordan Pedley's in the house. Hello, Billy Bob. Looking forward to Watchalong Perth. I think 2-0 Wilson and Alma on. We'll buy that. Afternoon. Welcome to Stephen, and he's going for 4-0 win. Tony Hunt is here. Clarky says, I hope someone has a banner asking J7, can I have your Range Rover? It takes a special kind of person to act so selflessly for such an extended period. Andrew certainly was that. Thinking you may, and hope you are safe. And we echo them sentiments. Optimal Forager. Yeah, we certainly do that. It's such a shame. Turpy Balboa or a banner saying, yeah, it's not a joking matter, people, to be quite honest. But there we go. Going for hard foot 1-0 victory to the Toon. Bob says, I'd say Joe Luke will get some stick from the away fans today. Possibly, but Fulham are not known for having a particularly vociferous set of fans. They're not known for having a particularly lots of fans at away games. So he should be okay. And he's big enough to take it anyway, isn't he? Clark says, quick start, hopefully going to be rocking today. It is. Carl says, afternoon, I don't think this will be as easy as the way tie hard game coming up, but still thinks fingers crossed. Chip is here. Hi, Sam. Afternoon, all surprised Joe didn't start, but away the lads. Trolls is here. Turpy surprised is playing Big Joe. Hi, Trolls. Of course, you go for the low-hanging fruit, says Optimal Forwards, talking about the fans attacking, well, having a go at Joe Linton. Lots of people saying hello to each other. Clonlad says, Sky Sports Newcastle v Fulham. What are they talking about? Arsenal. Yes, of course they are. They are actually at the Tottenham Stadium, aren't they? So everyone's saying hello to each other. We'll cut past James Welsh is here. Hope you're well, James. Matt Fletcher, another one of our Australian viewers. He's down there, down under. Hello, Billy and Chat as a mod squad. Hope you're well, Matt. Clarky thought Joe Luke would play, and glad he is. Think he has something making up to do. Yes, that's true. Absolutely true. Ronald Turnbull's here. Hope you're well. Good to see the mods at it early, says Barbara. Indeed. Lots of people saying hello. Julie J's here. Hi, Julie. Hope you're well. And all set for a good game of football today, which ends with a victory, of course. Ian Fleming's in the house. Hi, Billy, mods and chatters, hoping for a 2-0 win today. Yep, we'll buy that. Chantal says score predictions. I'll go 2-0 Toon. Yeah, I think the three of us on the preview show. I always get review and preview mixed up. We all went for 2-0 victories, which is a unique situation for our channel. Who else we got here? Paulie Mag's in the house. Hope you're well. Solid performance again today. 3-1. Miggy Wilson and Trips. And Ches says, just a reminder, please keep comments respectful. No all caps or asking for streams, links, no spoilers. Wait for the reaction. Spoilers include goal subs, pens, cards, offsides, corners, throw-ins, whatever happens. We don't want to know in the comments before I've said them. It's as simple and straightforward as that. Stu says, good mate. Last 2 shows of the Pantos Day, they're finishing midnight. 2 weeks off. Oh, Stu's in for a bit of holiday. Happy days. Barbara says, welcome, Billy. So looking forward to your fabulous comedy. Thanks, Barbara. Paul Hodges thinks 4-1 to the Toon. Jock thinks 2-1. Man United out-balled Man City. That was that first goal of Man United. How Marcus Rashford isn't interfering with play, it's beyond me. He literally tracked the ball while always offside, faked a shot before Bruno Fernandes stroked it in. The keeper's watching Rashford. He's not aware of the situation. There's no flag gone up. He's watching Rashford. One of the defenders backs away because it's Rashford and he knows he's offside. Yes, it was a scandalous decision, and actually, it's a kind of sign that Howard Webb's involved in it all, to be honest. I don't think it'll be a walk in the park, but I hope for win, says Chantal. Yeah. James says, yeah, it's just a joke. Yeah, okay, no problem. Bradley Gardner's here. Hello, Billy, and you beautiful lads and lasses. Have a good one. How are the lads? Paolo's in the house too. Hope you're well, Paolo. Santos Reddy's here. This is a big test for our top 4 hopes of the teams are catching up. Well, if we win today, we're only a point behind Man City. And depending on, very bright, aren't I? Let's turn that light off, see what happens. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, it's very bright outside. We've got sun shining through, but yeah, it is. But if we win today, just a point behind Man City. And dependent on what happens at the Arsenal-Spurs game, I'm hoping for an Arsenal victory personally to keep the Spurs further away from us. But yeah, it is a big game. We do need to do ourselves justice today and take advantage. Angelica said, I've told a little fib. I said I didn't feel too good, so I could stay at home today to watch the match in peace. Well, that's not too bad. It's a little fib, but a nice one. Ghost Hacks here. Big Joe the Stallion, he says. Devin Harris says, Billy, you legend. Good to see you. Hello, Devin. Hope you're well. Michael Ellefson's in the house. Marius Sagan's in the house. Angelica's getting chastised there by Jock. That's so naughty. Gareth Cooper's here. The Dreamcatcher. Hi, everyone. It's me, Geordie Boy. Daughter is taking over music. That's why the name changed. Okay, buddy. It's all good. We know who you are now. Jay says that's what I plan to do if we reach Carabao Cup final. Work can do one. Yeah, glad it's on the Sunday. The Monday might be a bit difficult, but we're not there yet. So, Caper in the FC over there in Belfast. Good afternoon, Billy. How are you, friend? I'm great, thank you. SC42 is here. Looking forward to commentary. Cheers, buddy. Alex is here. Hi, Stato. How are the lads? He says. Craig right down under. Nice early match for us at 1 in the morning. Yeah, it's a trial, but you're doing it. Fair play to you, boys. Tom Lynch is here. He's always at St James Park, our roving reporter. Good afternoon from the James Park. An unchanged start 11 on Tuesday. Let's hope for a similar result. Enjoy the watch long. Absolutely. Good afternoon, everyone. So Gareth, Ian Holt's in the house. Morning. Well, I don't know where he is. Obviously not in the UK, but morning he says. Michael Elephant says, Ellefson, I'm sorry, Michael. I would take a 2-0 win today. Bob says, let's hope you don't have to shave again today, Billy. Hopefully not. But we shall see. I actually getting used to the smooth face, but it's starting to come back a little bit. Libertine Road says, hi all. Magpie says, good afternoon with Bruno in his last on score. I saw that. 179 super chat from Jimmy Jones, a West Ham supporter. How are the lads? Afternoon all. Thanks for that, Jimmy. Your support to the channel is very much appreciated. And of course, all football fans are welcome here on the Toon Review. We don't just cater for Newcastle United supporters, but all football lovers around the globe, whoever they support, even Sunderland. They've had some people in the chat at times. Conrad Rich says Miggy due a goal to keep up the momentum. I agree with that. Yes, he is due one. Cushy's in the house. Lee Kelly's also here. Julie says Everton and Doody was fun, but Liverpool even funny. Yeah, God, they got a right tanky, didn't they? And actually, Brighton are kind of catching us up as well, aren't they? So, yeah, there's someone else we've got to watch. They've really come to town lately. I shall ping you a link, Alex. I shall do just that. Hang on, I'm going to do that. I'll try and do it now. We'll copy that. And we shall go to there. Excuse me a minute, guys and lasses, guys and gals. I'm just trying to send Alex a link for half time. If I can find him in my messages. Should be able to. It might take a while, though. And that's for the halftime entertainment. So we shall have Stato joining us at halftime. Forgive me for my little bit of tardiness there. There you go, Alex. Link sent. And that'll give me time to nip off for a quick run out at halftime. Also, whilst you wax lyrical about the Toon's fantastic first half performance, hopefully. Matt says 1 a.m. start here. Glad I have no work this morning. Good for you. James is in the Cayman Islands. He's here also. Hello, James. And Libertine Radio says good to do with 3 points to get me in the mood for some proper graft at work. Yes. Paul Tully says afternoon, Billy Mods, and everyone in the chat. You well might be a tight one today too on the Toon. Bruno back in the blonde always seems to lift him strangely. Let's hope so. Craig says, did anyone watch the Hearts match? Looks like Gurang will handle it. I've not seen any of it, to be honest. Ian says, brilliant interview with Bruno and his partner. YouTube Tezza, good afternoon, all you bunny lads and lasses. That's a new name to the chat. No daft back passing today, please. I think if you are new, just hit that subscribe button for us, YouTube Tezza. Doesn't cost you a bean, and you should be part of the Toon Review community. And we shall see. James says, I wouldn't have started Big Joe today. Well, there's obviously reasons for that. Tony says, watching the build up to the match on Sky, Bruno's in love with the club, and also a shout out to Shola selling the team too. Something I need to address as well. There was a channel yesterday announcing that Real Madrid had put in a ridiculous bid for Bruno, 45 million plus Furlan Mendy. Absolute bollocks. Supposedly have a scout as a link to the club. Scouts that scout players do not have info like that of what players are doing. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid if you believe that shit, you'll believe anything. Another Jimmy Jones 179 super chat. Did the council cut your hair? Well, not quite. I haven't finished it yet. It's a bit patchy to say the least. A bit like your defence, Jimmy. Ian said afternoon trolls. Brother said hello, Jimmy. And look, yesterday, yes, Wolves was it? They played yesterday. Ches, I watched it. Yeah, I wish he'd received that pass when he was wide open, and that assist he supplied should have been finished. Ali 236 in the house. Eddie said he made a decision on Joe with what they know. Have to respect that. Eddie doesn't strike me as a tolerant type, but I trust him, and I echo that sentiment 100%. Well said, Ali. Who's this? Gledge is in the house. Big love, Ian. Jimmy Jones says, no, mate, we're shite. Moyes out. Yeah, Moyes took that club as far as he can go now. He's got too many good players there. Moyes is better with crap players, isn't he? He builds the crap players, but once he gets decent technical players, hasn't got much of a clue. David Howard says, normal services return to Old Trafford. Another one of many beneficial decisions over the years. Scandalous evening from West Australia. AU 1,000 across the Nular bar. Right, okay, David. I'm not fluent in Australian, but you are right what you said about the Old Trafford refereeing and VAR performance. Sad it was Michael Oliver actually in the VAR booth, but I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. It's obviously dodgy. It cannot be anything but. Bradley Garland says, yeah, time to go in it, says Bradley. Shane confirming he's in Canberra, the capital of Australia, of course. James Pineda, 2-0 goals from Trippier and Miggy. I'd buy that all day long. Julie J, asking Jimmy, would you guys have Lampard back at the club as manager? Interesting one. I don't think he's the man they need, though, to be honest, Julie. Absolutely not. I just don't think he's got it. Jade Evans now. Hope you're well, buddy. Afternoon all. We're smashing Fulham today 5-0, 5-0. James says Rashford interfered. 100% he did. 100%. You know, it's ridiculous. Bath North East going for a 2-0 clean sheet for back line, so I'll buy that. Good shout, Maddie. You can see Rafa at West Ham, they've been after him a few times, haven't they? I'm not sure he's actually what they need now, though, which is, I'm not sure. Maybe he will. It's a good shout. With ASM, he can't prove much if he plays 10 to 15 minutes. I agree with that. He needs more than that. He needs half an hour at least. But I guess it's dependent on how the game's going, isn't it? A bit of Shane there. Stu's on about going to a game. Graham Sydney's in the house, expecting a tough game today. Hopefully we edge it. Indeed. Mads Ingvar Hafvar, the struggle being United fan by having 3 Newcastle players on fantasy. Oh, the other United. I mean, because we're United, see. Not any other United. It's us. We're the originals. But I understand what you're saying. Alistair McGregor's here. Hi, I just hope a certain player doesn't come back to haunt us. Rafa would be a good choice for West Ham, says Julie. Tom's a bit worried. He thinks it's going to be a tough game today. Stu says, afternoon, Billy. A comfortable home win will do today. Absolutely. Buy all day long. First goal, Toon, 25 yards out into the bottom right corner. I'll buy that as well. Something to shout about on the mic. And incidentally, someone complained about my volume of the night, how loud I was shouting. Can't help it. It's passion. It's passion. When we're scoring goals, attacking, close misses, I'm going to shout. That's what commenters do. And I shan't be stopping for anyone for that. I'll make no excuses for it. Stephen says 2-2 with Almond first goal. Very surprised Joe Linton's playing mind. It's a controversial choice, but obviously they know more about, the situation than we do. Chantal says, would someone like to give me some further information regarding their Joe blogs working in Tesco's? Drink drives and doesn't get a day off work, so why should Big Joe have to have a day off? It's the message it sends out. I mean, he's obviously apologised. He's obviously very, very apologetic, remorseful for what he's done. And because of that, I'm guessing he thinks he may have a point to prove. There are other players other clubs have had players that have been drunk driving and have played, but some have also stuck them on the bench or dropped them for a week. Just take them out of the public eye. Big Joe's got big shoulders and he can take anything, I guess. I guess that's what the reasoning is. But I'm a little bit surprised he's playing, but I'm not sorry that he is, because obviously he's one of our best players. So 3-1 Toon says Twig Pedista, come on. Magpie says Mitrovic still supports Newcastle. Chantal says not that I can. Obviously, Chantal, yeah, agree with that. Sean Stevenson's here. Hope you're well. Dr. Rocta, good afternoon, Billy. Here's hoping for another win 2-1 Toon from the Guernsey NUFC fan. How warm is it down there in Channel Islands this time of year? It's bloody freezing here. Gladys says, don't like the Toon Army acting, though. The Joe Linton situation was a positive matter. It wasn't true. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No issue with Joe starting issues in the past, says Jay Devlin. Jimmy says, do you know the history with this? In fact, Frank, not happening. The players are in the tunnel. Fulham are currently in 6th, of course, and if they win today, they go a point behind us. So they're going to be at it today. I think Fulham fans just slag off Chelsea fans, says Julie. Hope Mitro gets a good reception today. Top guy, just hope he doesn't score, says a Klein lad. I agree with that. Top G says, is Mitrovic playing? He is. George is here. Welcome to the chat, Georgia. Afternoon, Billy. Going for Fulham to score first. 2-1, 3-1. Away the lads. Mitro's playing. Damien says, I heard Lascelles might be going. Yeah, there is rumours flying around about that. Sam Irwin's here. Hope you're well, Samantha. Keith Bowles in the house. Thanks for the commentary. Fulham, a good team. Tight game. Praying for a top 6. Thanks from South Africa. Welcome to the chat, Keith. Hope you're well. Vortex, afternoon, Billy, mods and chat. However, that's and that's it. Let's have a great game and just crack on in confidence. Second place in sight soon. Smash that likes, guys. Yep, hit the likes, people. It doesn't cost you a penny. Takes a split second to do. Click on the thumbs up. Give us a like. Push up the algorithm. All works for the channel. Of course, you can also subscribe to the channel also by hitting the subscribe button below. That's also free. And a paid choice is to join us as a member and become a fully fledged member of the Toon Review community. It entitles you to prize draws and that kind of thing, and maybe some exclusive content in the future, but we'll see. That's all the stuff doing. Yeah, Mitrovic is playing to Jimmy. Peter's in the house. Hope you're well. Glad to see Big John on the team sheet. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but he's in Ireland. 3-1, he says. Row 88, ass music. I've played some ass music in my time. Yeah. Players on the pitch. There's a massive flag of Eddie Howe today, which is a new one. I don't think I've seen it before. Bruno Guimaraes is on the screen pointing to the heavens. Fantastic welcoming for the team. They're lining up along the pitch there. Not even sure the referee is. Les says 3-0 to the Toon. Drill Connoisseur. I hope you're well, mate. I'm doing fine, thank you. Jimmy says spoilers will be taken out the back and shot. Jay Devon has Mitchell didn't out of the cottage. Don't know why people are scared of him. Because he's had a good season, hasn't he? Had a good season. He gets a service. He's dangerous. Away the Toon channel says Scott or Foxy says Billy the Goat. Cheers, Foxy. Julie J says Mank Derby was weird. Rat Bull would never get it. It was scandalous, if I'm honest. Barney says 2-1. Ali says scandalous also. Anders says Fulham on good run, so going to be hard. And Mitro back, and there is Paulinia. Yeah, you're right. Offside all day long, says Clarkey. What's his name? Trent. Of course it is. Trent was given offside the Brighton game, something identical. Yeah. Couldn't remember his name. Dear. I was thinking of Terence Trent Derby for some reason. Alexander Arnold, not it's T. That's what it is. It's TAA, isn't it? Keith says first time here. Thanks, guys. A lifelong Geordie in South Africa. Yes, Keith. Give us a thumbs up, mate. Hit that. Just click the thumbs up button, and also click the subscribe button. That means you'll be subscribed to the channel. Doesn't cost you a penny. Doesn't cost you a single rand or whatever you are in South Africa, and everything will be appreciated, buddy. This is the channel to be, by the way. You've made a great choice. Charles says Wilson needs to up his game today. He was a bit off last game, and the one before that, if I'm honest. Would be Farmer 1-0 Newcastle, bank on it. Spider Hodgson's here too. 1 on the 2, onwards and upwards. Ali says the Tony pen was bad as well. It won't get the eyes because it was Bournemouth. Yes, I agree with that. Fulham's kit's very minty looking. Tony said that had been us offside. There was no way it would have been given. I agree. Another super chat from Eddie down there in Japan. 1,000 yen. Eddie in Japan, Billy and all at the Toon Review. Thank you for these commentaries. Let's get back above Man U. Yes, that's the incentive we need. Thank you very much for that, Eddie, and your continued support, especially to the Watchalongs, where you're always on and always contributing. Thanks very much. They nearly win after Liverpool losing and puts in great position top 4, says Dave. Andy Allen says, morning, Billy. Won't concede, but might score for you. I hope so. That'd be great. Right. I'm taking the comments off now because we're about to kick off. We'll get the banner up. This time it won't have Bournemouth on it. And there we go. Right, so when the kickoff starts, I shall be telling you we're off. If you're syncing your stream to mine, obviously I'm not watching on the stream. I'm watching live on Sky. And then we'll all be in sync together. And there'll be no need for spoilers. Chris Wood's on the bench. He's not very happy at the back there. Maybe he missed it when he tried to sit down. Anyway, kickoff is imminent, people. Let's have 3 points. Let's have a few goals. Away the lads. 544 in the chat. Amazing show again, people. Just before kick-off, we're having a huddle at the minute. Just take a second to give us a thumbs up, and it'll help the channel no end. The referee is Come on, tell us who it is. I don't recognise him. Not going to tell me who it is. But he's wearing an orange top anyway. Anyway, kickoff is really imminent now. Looks like Fulham are taking the kickoff and are attacking the Gallagate first half from left to right. As you look, and I thought for a minute they're going to take the knee, but it doesn't look like they are. They're off. We're off running. The ball is back with the op, and then across it goes to the right back, Tete, who plays it down the line. Dan Burn has it covered. Got Willian on his case, but he gets it down the line and clears it for throw into Fulham. Just inside the Newcastle half on the right-hand side. Down it goes, looking for, well, good tackle there from Dan Burn. It may have been on Mitrovic, who came out wide right. Tete will take the throw-in. It's a throw-in deep in the Newcastle half. It's right by the corner flag. 39 seconds on the clock. Fulham have started fairly well. Tete, all the way back it comes, straight out of play. It will be a throw into Newcastle. Poor pass from Kenny Tete. Kendo says ready to synchronise Nuki Bruce. Good man. Ball's already in, and poor that from from Bruno actually, straight out of play. Fulham has a throw in the same place, but we just had it. Back it goes to the centre half. It's with Tim Ream, who lets it go to Leno. Halfway inside the half, just who's sort of front. It's going to go all the way through to Nick Pope. Bit of kind of cleared away. Fulham have it now. It's with Willian on the right-hand side for them. Ball inside the back, looking for the run-through of Pereira. Straight into the arms of Nick Pope, who's wearing all yellow today. Very resplendent. He looks too. Fulham have started the better out of the two. We've hardly had the ball yet. Anyway, the ball's rolled out. Sven Botman has it. Hesitant, looks for the ball up for Wilson, who's took it off him by Diop, but goes to Gumarish. And he squares it then to Kieran Trippier, who's got some space on it. It's Fabian Schär, in fact. Inside there for Miggy. Now Longstaff. Now back to Fabian Schär in the centre-half position. No pressure coming his way. So Schär weighs up his options. Plays a long ball looking for Joe Linton. It's a good one too. Joe Linton flicks it wide here for Joe Willock. Joe Willock going one-on-one with Tete. Might have a go. Tries to curve it. Back 5 yards wide. Not a bad effort. And the first real move we've made of any substance so far. Put a few passes together for the first time in the game. Seems to have a few Manchester United glory hunts in the chat today. And now it's with Kenny Tete at right back for Fulham, and he clears it long. Might intercept that Longstaff doesn't know, and the ball breaks to the far side where Harrison Reed squares it for Kurzawa. Kurzawa down the line, back inside, and Fulham playing some nice football here. One-touch stuff. Palhinha down to Diop, and now it's going to come down to Kenny Tete. No, in fact, he bypasses him, goes to Willian. Lovely little flick for Willian down the line. Well stepped in from Botman before, I'm not sure who that is actually, but before the play could get to it. May have been Harrison Reed. He's a little rat, isn't he, Harrison Reed? A little ginger rat. And there's many of them around in the world, aren't there? Let's be honest. And terrible throw in there from Fulham. Through to Mitrovic and back. Long throw there, and it's with Wilson. Wilson gets a foot in, and it's took off him by Palhinha, I think it was. And now it's Tim Ream. Square he goes to Diop. Very bitty this game so far. Hasn't really took off yet. Tete back to Diop. Fulham kind of having the most of the ball. Back it goes to Bernd Leno. Not much pressure on him. And he chips it looking for, well, one out of play. They're playing on. Ream, now to Diop. Oh, it's a terrible ball. Joe Linton can get this and does get it. Comes off the back of Kenny Tete's head. Will be a throw into Newcastle. Fulham pissing around there in the back, and they're going to suffer for that. They keep doing it. They suffered for it at Craven Cottage. Don't seem to have learned the lesson. Joe Linton back to Dan Burn. And back it goes into Joe Linton. Joe Linton on his right foot squares it across there to Fabian Schär, who's quite well forward. Fabian Schär will go out wide there to Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier's got a man running for him. It's Miggy. Ball is inside from Bruno instead. Bruno cuts. Great ball! Great goal! Oh, that's a great tackle from Diop. He was clean through there, Sean Longstaff. A fantastic last-ditch tackle from Diop. stopped Sean Longstaff from scoring there. Brilliant bit of football from Newcastle, though. Trippier and Guillemais. The ball through the back four. He's onside. He's onside. What a tackle this is from Diop. He's stuck a leg out. Longstaff thinks he's about to tap it past the goalkeeper. But what a challenge from the centre half from Fulham. Stopped a great goal there. He's hurt his hand in the process. But it is a corner for Newcastle. Joe Linton's there. So Joe Linton's going to take a short one. Miggy's with him. This is a planned move from Newcastle. We'll come back here it's gone into the middle of the park to Guillemais to go to the other side now. Trippier goes past the defender well. Gets a crossing that's a bit low and well headed away from Reed. Headed from Guillemais to Trippier. Lofted in, looking for the flick of... there's a flag for offside there. And it will be a free kick to Fulham. Just outside the penalty area. Linesman looks a little bit like a hybrid of Rob Brydon and Peter Beardsley. Daniel's in the chat. Hope you well, sis. Leno has the ball in the penalty area and he chips it across for Kenny Tete. Tete controls the bouncing ball, gives it to Reed, then down the line to William. Joe Linton steps in. Will be a throw in to Fulham. Williams on his haunches. Yeah, they're wearing a mint green kit with little bits of kind of dark blue in them, patterns. Throwing down the line for Mitrovic, foot in there from Dan Burn, and that'll be another throw into Fulham. Already Mitrovic has put more effort into this first 6 minutes of play than what he did in the whole 33 minutes he was on at Craven Cottage. Pressure coming on Tim Ream here, and Wilson will maintain the press on Leno. And Leno squares for Diop. There should be more pressure coming in from Willock, and Willock does press, but there's no pressure on Tete, and he can get it away. Inside for Palhinha, poor ball. It stays in, does it? No, it's gone out. It's a throw into Newcastle. Howson Reed kicks the ball away. Should be booked for that, actually. Kick the ball away in temper. That's a yellow card, and yet he's just been up. Nothing happened at all. Throwing then taken down the line for Wilson. Gets a little touch inside, but it's cleaned up by Reed. Back to Leno in the Fulham goal. Being pressured now. Oh, he's played a little square ball to Ream, and he's going to get pressured by Miggy. Ooh, Miggy nearly took it off him, but it's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, Tim Ream has played for Fulham for years. American international. To me, he's a bit of a weak link. What Leno is doing here, squaring it to him. Miggy was on him like a flash and just took it off his toe. It's going to be another goal kick. Will he kick this long? Dipsy has predicted a 2-0 victory today. Mystic Dipsy, says Danielle. Sax Glenn says all Geordies are fat and healthy. Thanks for that, Sax Glenn. It's a free kick to Fulham for some reason. Foul on Mitrovic. I mean, Decadova Reed just pushed Chivers off the ball. But somehow the referees give a free kick to Fulham for it. Strange decision, that. Peace Drone thinks 3-0. Pereira and Reed over the ball. Fulham do have some height, so this could be dangerous for Newcastle. Have to be alert here. Reed's walked away from it, and it's with Pereira who's going to bend one in with his left foot. In it goes over the top, headed away nicely. Foul there. It's foul there. But the played advantage. Diop gets it in the box, and now clear to Guillemais. Now the ref gives a free kick. Oh, it's offside. Sorry, I thought it was going back to the offside to the original foul that they played advantage for. It was about 20 seconds ago, but it's an offside to Newcastle. We can come away with the ball. Should have played the advantage there because we were away there, which is odd. Anyway, Botman plays it to Longstaff. Little ball in there for Miggy. Longstaff's fouled after the ball there. That's a yellow card. They played the advantage. There's no advantage there unless Wilson can get there ahead of Reed, which he can't. Throw into Newcastle. Should be a yellow card coming out there for the foul on Longstaff. Referee seems to have forgotten all about it, even though it happened 2 seconds ago. Chipper says, still love the team is playing out from the back against us. Literally plays into our hands. It does. Toon review. Stato. Alex says, linesman waiting for Chinese New Year before flagging. Throw into Newcastle. It's with Joe Linton. Yeah. And that's a terrible pass there from Trippier. He's trying to get back in position now. William has it. William plays the ball through to the far side to Dickodova-Reid. Dickodova-Reid will come back, I think, and there he is. Actually, it's Dickodova-Reid now. It's the fullback that's gone forward. Cross comes in, looking for Mitrovic. Mitrovic takes it down his shin. We'll get a shot on the turn. Blocked. Comes to Tete. High wide and not very handsome. But that Fulham do look dangerous. Very, very dangerous. They're not here for a point. They're actually coming to play with us. Danielle says Mike Dean's on VAR. Oh, great. And now Nick Pope's going to kick this long. And long he goes. Won by the Fulham defender there. And Fulham do have the ball again. But this time it's going to be picked up by Trippier. He goes all the way back to Nick Pope. He's got a little bit of time now to suss out a pass. Gives it to Sven Botman. Botman will probably come to Dan Burn. No, he goes across there to Fabian Schär on the right-hand corner of the Newcastle penalty box. No pressure on him now. He's ambling forward with the ball at his feet, weighing up his options, and in fact goes square to Sven Botman. Sven Botman, a little bit of pressure from him for Mitrovic, but still not a lot. Now it's Ulgamaish. Back to Sven Botman. Newcastle look very, 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 very kind of hesitant at the minute. Schär has it at the moment. Again, over to Trippier. Back to Schär. A bit of pressure coming this time. And Schär will play the ball long, looking for the run of Wilson. And he's got him in behind the back here. Comes into the area. What will Wilson do here? He went for a cross, got a deflection. Will be a corner. Great pass from Fabian Schär, that though. Great pass from Fabian Schär to get Wilson in round the back of Tim Ream there. Superb pass. Will be a corner to Newcastle. In the first corner was definitely a training ground worked one. This time Bruno's taking it. So maybe again, we've got another training ground manoeuvre coming here. I don't think he's going to cross it in. He goes short to Miggy, back to Bruno. Bruno then plays it back to Trippier. Trippier will play the cross. Here it comes. Can we get ahead on it? We can't. It's cleared by Fulham. Willock plays it wide. Just can go where it wanted to go. And there's a free kick to Fulham for foul by Joe Linton on Kenny Tete on the edge of the Fulham area. Lottie Venomous says, my partner's gone to watch the game for his birthday. First game he's ever watched. Wish I could find a good stream. Well, just listen to me, Lottie. We can't give out streams on this channel because it is, of course, illegal. However, if you have Sky Sports, it will be on there. Leno clears the ball for the free kick. It's gone to the far side. It's headed by Longstaff. Little nod inside from Trippier was great to Schär. Now Joe Willock has it. Plays it with Joe Linton. Little touch off of Dan Burn. Ball down the line looking for Wilson. Not hit hard enough. Cut out by Diop. Now Tete. Pressure comes in. Fulham played through it. Williams down the right-hand side here. Great tackle from Botman. But this time there's got to be an offside there. There's two of them offside. No flag comes yet. It's with Dickodova-Reid. Dickodova-Reid steps inside too, but cleared away from Fabian Schär. Looked offside to me a mile off. But anyway, the game is continuing with Tim Ream. He plays down the line. Took off him there. Oh, he ran out of room there. We're thrown to Newcastle. Well played by Mickey, helping the defence there. Norvik says, hi, Billy, by the sounds of it, sounds like it could be a 1-0 either way. Still hoping for 2-0. Yeah, Fulham ain't no mugs, that's for certain. They definitely started the game better than they did at Craven Cottage. We've not got into our stride properly as yet. Bruno's just played a little ball, bad one there. Didn't quite get the right contact with it, and now Fulham are back on the attack again. Bruno steps in, and it's cleared from Schär. And we're on the back foot a little bit here. Tim Ream has it, back to Bernd Leno. Leno will clear it long. He's looking for William on his side. Dan Burn should win it all day long. A little header into Willock. He nabs it back to Botman. Botman probably go back to Pope here. Now he turns away and plays it inside for Joe Linton. It's not going to get there. And now Fulham do win the ball. Bad ball from Botman there. Strange to say some of these things I'm saying today, but it's happening. Ball inside the back there, looking for the run of Pereira, I think it is. Now William curves it in. Obviously looking for Mitrovic. Cleared though nicely. Miggy clears it a little bit further. Can Trippier get there first? Or tackle there by Kazawa. Will be a throw to Newcastle. Ian Fleming with a £5 super chat. I was set up for a scrappy 1-0 win just to keep Owen beaten and going. Thanks for the £5, Ian. Contributions, as always, very much appreciated. Newcastle have the ball with Sven Botman. It's not been great so far. It's been very, very much, even Stephen, Fulham probably having the upper hand so far with 14.5 minutes in. Ball in for Wilson. He's standing there watching it, and he was stepped in from Diop. He's gone for the return. Diop's on the corner of the area now. We'll look for a ball inside for Willian. It's a good one too. Willian with Guimaraes on his case. Guimaraes blocks it. It will be a corner for Fulham. Fulham will be dangerous from these corners. Callum Wilson on his heels there, I'm afraid. It wasn't good for Callum Wilson. Waiting for the ball to come to him. Diop stepped in and galloped up the pitch to help join the attack. Ended up with Willian, but great defending from Bruno to make it go out for corner, which Pereira will take. Lots of tall men in the box. Mitrovic, I can see Kazawa's in there. Tim Ream's in there. Polini's in there. Lots of big men. So Newcastle have to be alert here. Cross comes in, it's headed away from Joe Linton. Now it's with Willian. About 20 yards from goal. Tries a cross in again, looking for the head of Mitrovic. Nodded away. Another nod away. Again, it's lobbed in again, looking for Mitrovic. There's a handball there, but Longstaff tied us up. I will have a free kick for the handball by Mitrovic, who isn't very happy about it at all. Dan Burn has it back to Sven Botman in our own penalty area. They're trying to pen us in here. Now Longstaff back to Sven Botman. Ball's up the top for Cher if he wants it, and he gives it to him. Fabian Cher's got a little bit of space to move into, and he can move forward a little bit, but not moving into it quickly. Goes past the defender, little goes wherever hit that by 300 light years into the arms of Bernd Leno. Not been great so far, guys. 643 in the chat. If you've not yet done so, please hit that thumbs up and help us with the algorithm. But the ball over the top there, covered by Dan Burn. Gets a head on it of some sorts. They left it to each other there, Cher and Botman, and now Fulham on the attack again. Cross from Willian is nodded away from Cher. Header then from Willian. Dan Burn can let this go out for a goal kick, and indeed he does. Alex says, Mitro to the ref, you're fucking shit, mate. Ref, hello. Yep, exactly. Bruno's down at the minute, and he's in agony, and he's in. Oh dear, that's ankle, and it's a bad one. That Bruno's down, edge of the Fulham area. This is from the previous attack. I think he's in his ankle there. Oh, it looked horrible the way he landed. Eddie Howe's in conversation with Joe Willock in a minute. Fulham are winning that battle in the middle of the park with their 5 to our 3. And that's where it's coming from, all the attack that Fulham are coming forward with. Bruno is in absolute agony here. Absolute agony, although he's still chewing his gum, which is kind of maybe a good sign. Be a bad thing for Newcastle, obviously, if Bruno's injured. Bruno's shaking his head here. He's not happy at all. He's getting sprayed with something, and it's not doing any good. Paul here says, shout, shout, let it all out. What a song that was. These are the things I can do without. Bruno's on his feet. He's hobbling to the sidelines. I think he might give it a couple of minutes to see if he can win it off. He's trying to put weight on his ankle. Doesn't look easy for him. But yeah, it wasn't a foul by Tim Ream. It's the way he landed. And now he's jogging off, so it looks like he will come back on. Fulham are good, aren't they, says Andy? Yeah, they are. They were a Premiership side, mate. Most of the sides in the Premiership are good. Bruno looks okay to come back on. And he's ready to come back on. And he's been allowed to come back on. So we're now back to our full 11. And Fulham have cleared it down the pitch, and Cher volleys it back. This could be good for Miggy, this. Miggy has it. Back inside it goes. Great 1-2 there with Trippier. Didn't quite keep. He did keep it in just about. Needed a Newcastle header. He didn't get one out. And Joe Linton will tidy up and plays it back to Sven Botman. Sven Botman goes outside Mitrovic and plays it to Dan Burn. Dan Burn looking for a pass. Not many on. Joe Linton, with a man at his back, does really well there. Plays it to Bruno. Got eye issues now. He's hobbling. He's really hobbling. He's not going to play on here, Bruno. No doubt about it. He's limping really poorly. I'm afraid. Oh, he's tried to run and he can't do it. But now he's walking. He's not limping when he's walking. This looks bad for Bruno. Anyway, Joe Linton has it and now plays it to Dan Burn. Back to Dan Burn and Joe Willock. And Dan Burn again is playing keep ball. Back to Sven Botman's got a ball square to Fabian Schär. He plays it. The referee's talking and Bruno's jogging okay. It's when he tried, and now he's put a bit of weight on it. He looks all right again. Anyway, Newcastle have the ball with Trippier. Down the line he goes looking for Miggy. Miggy's got Wilson in the middle. Milson comes deep, deflected. It's a great effort. Can Willock get there before Willian? He can't. Willian's in there first, and Joe Willock gets his foot on it. Goes for a throw-in right on the corner flag. Good move that Newcastle. Nice work down the right-hand side. Ball came in. Wilson pulled away. Clever striking play from Wilson. Got a shot in, but it was deflected off Diop, who started very well at centre-half for Fulham. Tete's gone about 20 yards further up the pitch than what the throw-in was, and the ref didn't say a word to him. The ball's away, and it's with Fabian Schär. We'll look for Trippier, I think. That's the ball, but Trippier gets it now. Now it's with Bruno. Bruno's gone past one. It's Miggy, sorry. Miggy will come back Trippier. Trippier, little ball inside. It's nearly good ball. Longstaff wasn't awake to it. Bruno stepped in and took the ball off Fulham there. And Newcastle in attack with Joe Linton. Starting to get in the game now, Newcastle. Dan Burn. Now Joe Willock going against Tete. Inside there for Bruno. Little back flick to get away from the defender. Back he goes, though, to Sven Botman. Sven Botman, the great pass for Joe Linton. Nice touch off for Bruno. Now Longstaff has to come backwards. Had a ball out wide, didn't choose to play it. Inside there for Joe Willock. Now it's with Joe Linton. Square to Bruno. Not getting anywhere fast here. Good ball there. Maybe overhit, and it was overhit. Chested down by Trippier. And somehow, well, in the end, Trippier wins the ball back off Kurzawa. And Newcastle regain possession in our half. And it's with Sven Botman at the minute in the centre circle. Botman looking for floated pass over the top. He's got one too. Should get back here to Trippier. Now it's Miggy. Miggy with a cross, maybe. No, he's cut inside. Plays it back to Joe Linton. Great ball left. Trippier's in behind the back here. Cross comes in, looking for Newcastle. Gets one, but it's straight at Leno. Great move from Newcastle United. Good header from Wilson, but right at the keeper. He had to stretch to get it. It wasn't as easy as the one that Isak had the other night. Was it Isak against Sheffield Wednesday? Yeah. He was stretching for it. But a good move from Newcastle. Starting to get in the game now. We're halfway through the first half. 22 and a half minutes have gone. No goals as yet. Fulham playing out for the back again. Leno has it. And he clears it long in the end. Receiving the ball back from Ream. Dan Burn knocks it inside, looking for Wilson, who ducks underneath it. No one in behind him. Tim Mims picks up the ball and plays it wide for Kurzawa. Kurzawa now wide again. He goes, looking for, I think it's Pereira out there. Pereira turns and plays it. Back it goes to Kurzawa. Now Tim Ream. And Fulham playing keep ball quite nicely here. A little ball inside there for Palhinha. And that's a poor ball from him, and it's cut out. But then again, we've lost it there. Will Joe Willock keep chasing? Don't think he will, because Bernardo will come out and pick it up. Leno has the ball in his arms, taking his time here. Going to kick it long, and he does. To that right side flank. Schär wins it in the air. Now Longstaff, who's fouled. And it'll be a free kick to Newcastle. Fouled by Pereira. Kieran Trippier will take this free kick, I believe. No, yes, it is Kieran Trippier, just inside the Fulham half. And the big men have gone forward, so we're looking for some kind of flick on here and see where it takes us. 24 on the clock. Still no goals. Trippier's played it in high line and Fulham. We're looking for a Newcastle flick. We don't get one. It comes wide here for Joe Willock. Oh, he's lost it though. And Fulham can come on a counter. Harrison Reed has it down the right side. He's bundled away from Joe Linton, showing the man against boy there. Throw into Fulham. Well played, Joe Linton. Halfway line throw into Fulham, which Tete will take. Not a lot of movement for him, to be honest. Probably go back to Willian in the end. Now he's going down the line where Mitrovic was, but it went over his head. Now it's with Sven Botman, corner of the area, plays the square to Fabian Schär. He's got a bit of space to move into in here. Longstaff's gone ahead of him. He wants to give Longstaff the ball, and he does. Longstaff in the Trippier position. I don't know where Trippier is. Maybe he's further down the line. Pereira's on his case here, Longstaff, but he's gone further. And terrible pass. And in the end, well, Fulham have it in the back four, and now it's wide to Kusawa. He'll slow things down and play it back to Ream, and he goes square to Diop. Should be a little bit of pressure coming his way here. And Joe Linton will put pressure on Tete, but the ball's away down the line to no one in particular. Schär takes it on his instep, plays it back to Pope. Mitrovic is on the case, but Pope clears it. Looking down, it goes over his head. He's in here, Joe Linton, but it's gone out for throw into Newcastle. Good kick that. Good kick that from Pope. Did put Tete under pressure. The throw had been taken quickly. Joe Linton to Willock. Now Bruno Guimaraes. Guimaraes plays it to Schär. Schär in the Fulham half. Looking for a pass, and he goes to Trippier. Now it's Longstaff, and he's got a ball for Miggy, who's in behind here. Cross comes in. Good defending from Kusawa. Got a foot out. Ball is deflected to Cordova Reed. Schär plays it over the head of Mitrovic. Back to Pope, who's halfway inside the Newcastle half. Now it's with Bruno. Bruno plays it square for Joe Willock. Inside there for Wilson, who's on his feet again, but did well that time. Cameron's gone a bit funny. Longstaff. Now Miggy. Miggy's going to have a go here. Little ball inside for Bruno, who's gone forward. Back to Miggy. Now wide to Trippier. Got a chance for a cross here. Trippier comes back. Guimaraes with the cross. It's deflected, I think, for a corner. If it wasn't deflected, it's a terrible cross, but I think it's a corner. Good play from Newcastle here. Good possession. Yeah, it's definitely deflected off the hand, actually, of a Fulham player, but it was close to his body, so there'll be no penalty for that. Trippier's taking this corner now. The first one he's taken today. I think it's our third or fourth corner. Outswinger will be with his right foot, and it comes looking for Newcastle head. Will he find one? Leno comes out and claims it well. And Leno's looking for a progressive throw here, but in the end, goes back and will just bowl it out to Tim Ream, who brings it forward for Fulham. Now Palhinha. Back to Tim Ream. No pressure on him at the minute, so he's just walking out with the ball. Bit of pressure coming from Wilson now. Back it goes to Leno. Can we have pressure, please? We're getting pressure now, but it's stopped. It's stopped there. And now Tim Ream has plenty of space to run into. And then he's running into. So ball out wide, well cut out though by Miggy, I think, and it's a throw into Fulham in their own half. .27.5 minutes in, 4:49 super chat from Dynamics detailing. Thanks for all your incredible content just lately, guys. And I'm glad he started, Big Joe. Thanks for the super chat, mate. Very much appreciated. Kusawa looking for a throw down line. It's headed away. Miggy has it now. Miggy comes inside one. Plays a lovely pass here for, well, I think it's Dan Burn. Is it Dan Burn? Or is it Longstaff? Must be Longstaff. Anyway, the ball's with Joe Linton on this left-hand side. Shields it well from Tete. Goes around Tete easily. Look, he wasn't there. Little ball inside. Didn't quite work for us there. The ricochet didn't fall in our favour. Tete comes away with the ball. Still has it, in fact. And Sean Longstaff gets a nice boot in. And it will be a throw-in to Fulham. Latest 10 minutes, 68, 32% in our favour. Clearly, we've come into the game more. Fulham are defending resolutely, though, and they are a threat on the counter themselves. They have some good plays in that side. But Newcastle do have the ball now with Bruno. A little flick there looking for Miggy. He flicks it off for Sean Longstaff. Longstaff goes back to Schär in the centre circle. Schär looks for the ball through the middle, looking for Willock. That's not going to get to him. It's too much height on it, and over his head it went, and it's gone into the possession of Burn Leno in the Fulham goal. Been a bit of hesitancy so far. Hello, Grace. Oh dear. Anyway, Howson Reed's breaking down the right-hand side. He goes to Willian. Willian taking on Bruno Guimaraes, goes past him quite easily, actually. Cross comes in, far post, looking for They could overread, little ball inside, needs to get a foot in there. Share, he does. But good move that from Fulham. Good defending from Share too. In swinging corner, it's a good one. It's dangerous, but it's cleared away, and I think it's going to be a goal kick. We have the ball now with Fabian Schär, corner of the area. He's got Longstaff ahead of him. He goes square to Botman instead with half an hour's gone. Been a close encounter so far. Botman has the ball at his feet, goes to Bruno. And he goes back to Schär. Trippier's probably the pass here, but Schär's probably going to come back to Botman now in the end. No, he's gone for Bruno. He's got a bit of space for himself. Bruno then plays Trippier on that wide right flank. Back to Bruno it goes. And Bruno squares it inside here for Longstaff. Longstaff coming forward to Joe Linton. Joe Linton's first touch weren't great. Good tackle that from Tete. And Tete escapes with the ball. Joe Linton gets back at him though, wins the ball back. Fantastic. Fantastic play from Joe Linton to win the ball back after losing it. Never say die attitude. Fantastic. Longstaff. Now to Miggy. Miggy's turned away from one. Little turn back inside the other way. Good play from Miggy this. He's got the player at his feet. He's going to get fouled here eventually. Yeah, there you go. 2 Fulham players in the end fouled him. Kurzawa was one. I'm not sure who the other one was. Excuse me. Free kick's been taken. Fabian Schär has it, turns away from Mitrovic. Williams getting pressure on Botman. A little bit more coming from Pereira now and plays it beside him to Longstaff, who's available. Longstaff down here for Willock, who's gone past Tete easily here. Willock's on the attack here. In the box he goes. Square ball. Oh, he's missed everyone. Is anyone coming on the wide flank? Here's Trippier. Trippier there. Inside then for Miggy. Miggy can bend one here. Deflected. It'll be a corner. Great play from Joe Willock there. First time we've really seen him in an attacking sense there. Went past Tete like he wasn't there. Outpaced him. Got himself in the area. Good cross across. Just didn't reach the Newcastle player. Oh, Wilson just wasn't quite on the same wavelength. But we do get a corner from it. On that far side. Outswing from Trippier comes in, looking for a Newcastle head. It's hit the up. Willock from distance. God, he's come up the outside of his foot and bent. Not very, very, very good. Wide goal kick for Fulham. Nick Pope's down injured at the minute. This is odd. Setting on his haunches, and the physio's on for Nick Pope. I don't know what's up with him. It looks like it's... and Bruno's also down with his ankle again. So, God, we're in the wars. We're in the wars, yeah? Bruno's having his ankle heavily strapped here. But the more concerning injury is the ones of Nick Pope at the end, who's kind of gone down with no one on him. Is it ankle again? The spray's going on again. Sven Botman's with them. Bruno will struggle to get his boot back on with the amount of strapping he's got on his ankle at the moment. Pope looks like he's okay. He's up on his feet anyway. Pope and Bruno will continue. 34.5, but there will be some injury time here. Pope's okay. Eddie Howe's having a word with Bruno here. Bruno's in a bit of pain here. But Pope looks okay. Best save ratio this season is Nick Pope's on 82.5%, just ahead of Kepa from Chelsea. And then you've got Bern Leno and David Raya at 74% and T-Rex at 73%. But it's a goal kick for Fulham. Leno's going to take it long, and long he goes down that side. It's a good kick, actually, to find Kurzawa. Kurzawa has it again, but he's moved over the ball. Now Miggy has some space to run into here. Come on, Miggy. Little ball inside now. Wilson's got 3 on him and doesn't do anything with the ball at all there. Yeah, Wilson not himself again, folks, today. That did go out of play, but the referee said play on, or the linesman did. Shepherds it back to Nick Pope. First chance was to get to see him kick it out. He passes it to Botman. Botman's come outside one and plays to Dan Burn. Dan Burn comes inside, back to Botman. He goes again. Longstaff sitting in the 6 at the minute, by the look of it. And here he is. He plays it to Cher. Cher's motoring forward this time with a bit of a verve about his running. Wider goes to Trippier. Looking inside the back, Tim Means and Walter Marshall that get a header down, but didn't quite fall first there. And Fulham can get it away to Willian on his left flank. Turns inside Burn with a great little bit of skill. Jump in there from Joe Linton. Didn't get a player or ball, luckily. And still going Willian. Passed about 5 players and plays it there for Reed. Reed now approaching the Newcastle penalty area. Will go wide. Kurzawa, terrible cross. Nick Pope snaps them up all day long for his breakfast, dinner and tea. And he bowls out to Dan Burn. He's got some space down his left-hand side. He's got Joe Linton ahead of him. He's got Wilson ahead of him also. Cuts inside one and plays it to Bruno. Bruno then plays a good ball there to Longstaff, who's slow and he gets a slide in and wins the ball. Did brilliantly. Miggy has it now. Corner of the area. Miggy plays it for Longstaff. Must get a cross in here. God, you've got to be more forward there. It's a corner to Newcastle. Good defending from Fulham. I just felt we could have made more of that move there. We're a bit hesitant all the time. Just a little bit split second of hesitancy every time we have the ball. Not quite the races today, folks. It'll come, though. It'll come. Longstaff getting forward there. But he's gone back to defend now as we have a corner. And all the big guys have gone up. Deliveries haven't been great so far. And Fulham have defended really well. They've got some big men, of course. In comes a corner from Trippier. It's an outswinger looking for a Newcastle head to find no one. For Fulham head, now Longstaff has it. Floats it back out for Trippier. That's a terrific pass. No, it's not. Under hits it. Went nowhere near the target. But Trippier just had it now from a poor header from Kurzawa. Trippier looks for a cross. He's gone for Joe Linton far post. A good header from Tete. He'll go for a throw to Newcastle right on the corner flag. Which Joe Linton's looking at taking, but he might leave it. Dan Burn's coming forward to take it, and I think Joe Linton will leave it for Dan Burn. Dan Burn plays it to Joe Linton, receives it back. Inside, that's a terrible pass from Dan Burn. Straight to a Fulham player. Mitrovic has it. Took off him, though, from Botman. Cher steps inside one, comes forward. We'll play it wide. Good ball. Wilson's in there. Can Wilson score? Good save, Leno. First shot on target. First save that Leno's had to make. It's a great move, that from Newcastle. And Wilson did get a good shot off, and he was alert there, Wilson, for the first time, really. But Cher did superbly there. Wilson's run was great. Got inside ring. Little spin took him away. Good shot on target. Leno stood tall. Parried it over the bar. Would say that 99 times out of 100, but it was a good effort. Will be a corner, though, to Newcastle, which haven't been very good so far. Got to say. Can we do something better this time? Again, it's Kieran Trippier with the outswinger. I just think we're a bit predictable. It's a bit deeper this time. Again, it's a Fulham head all day long. Now it's Longstaff again on the edge of the area. He'll go all the way back to Nick Pope. In fact, Nick Pope's on the edge of the centre circle, playing it forward, looking for Trippier. Trippier gets heading. Can he get there before Leno? No, he can't. Good anticipation from Leno. and he gets there before Willock and bowls it out to William, who's come inside. William will go back. He's got pressure here from Longstaff, and Longstaff did well there. The ball is back with Leno again in the Fulham goal, and he goes long, looking for. Well, it's Dan Burn who gets it. Little flick from Mitrovic, and now it's wide here for Harrison Reed against Dan Burn. Back he goes to Kenny Tete. Tete has it now. Probably going to go backwards. He does. He goes back to Diop, all the way back to Bernd Leno. Fulham had a good attacking chance there, and they've kind of gone all the way back to try and recycle possession. But it's not good possession. Reem has it coming forward, getting a bit of pressure, but he's run inside. Well, he's run away from Miggy there. Willock won the ball back brilliantly there. The ref's give a free kick. That's absolute nonsense, referee. Willock took the ball off Pereira perfectly there. And the ref give a free kick, which they've taken long, looking for. Well, Decordova Reed. It's going nowhere near him, though. It's in the end. It's in the arms of Nick Pope off. Good defending from Trippier. Cher has it now to Botman. Square. Botman coming forward. Hesitant again, looking for a runner. He's got what's a great pass from Botman. It's his usual crossfield pass to Miggy. In fact, it's Trippier. Miggy has it ahead of him. He goes back to his long stuff, back to Trippier. Ball inside the defence for Wilson. Little square ball. Oh, if he'd have pulled it back, Bruno was clean through. But it didn't go that deep. That's offside there, I think, against Miggy. Gets a cross in. It's going to go to Trippier. Actually, Decordova Reed gets it off Miggy. Now Miggy has it again. Little ball inside. Little back flick. It's not falling for Newcastle at the minute. Longstaff floats. It's a terrible cross. Going nowhere but Fulham head there. Longstaff as well, though, to get the ball back. That's a foul. We'll have a free kick there. This is a good area for Newcastle. It's about 23 yards from goal. Right-hand corner. Andres Pereira is moaning about the decision. Of course, he used to play for Manchester United. Seems old habits die hard, but brilliant from Longstaff. That's a foul all day long. And we'll have a free kick for it. Pereira trying to referee the game like his old mates at Old Trafford do most weeks. And in fact, he can't stop. Book him, ref. Book him. Precocious little fucking Man United twat. Book him. Alex says, not sure how that's not a yellow if he gives the foul. But it's give the foul. And not only to give the foul, Pereira then decides to go on a big rant against the referee. Trippier's there. Cher's there. This is a good chance for Newcastle. Longstaff's kind of got himself involved also. Leno lined his wall up. It's the wrong side for right footing, you'd think. And yet there's two right footers over the ball, Cher and Trippier. Well, the free kick wasn't there. The ball's gone back about, I don't know. The free kick was much closer than that, I've got to say. The free kick, maybe Trippier wants it further back. Anyway, Trippier's going for it. Curves it. It's jump on the Fulham wall. Will be a corner. Maybe Trippier moved that back himself. I like Coffee, says Pereira learning from Fernandez. Yeah, two twats together, them two, aren't they? Miggy's out for the corner. Takes it short. And we'll receive it again. And then plays it inside then for Long's little curve in. Oh, that's a great header there from Tete. Another one. And it's fallen off Reed. Trippier will chase that back. He's going to hit that back pass. God, Pope's out alert there. Because was it Trippier or was it Longstaff? It was Trippier, in fact. Yeah, very dodgy. And Pope alert to the danger as always. That's why he's the best goalkeeper in the league for me. Look at him. He's alert to it. Gets there before the little ginger rat can get there and clears that way for throwing. Bit of pinball there. And in the end, it comes to Dan Burn. That's terrible. And Fulham on the attack here with Mitrovic. Back it goes then for Palhinha. Square ball. Should have been cut out. Wasn't by Miggy. Kazawa, header away from Trippier, will be a throw into Fulham. But again, Newcastle gone into the shells again. Good dear. That's a couple of minutes. It's just been a bit slack again from Newcastle. Tim Ream has it to Diop in the centre circle, just in the Fulham half, though. Down the bottom here for Tete. Down the line, looking for, well, Linesman's got his flag out for offside, I think. This linesman looks like the other linesman to the Peter Beardsley, Rob Rodden hybrid. He looks like a little bit like Seamus Coleman. Ball has taken. It's played back in play again. We've got 3 minutes of added time, by the way, folks. Stato will join us at half time for his opinions on the first half. Ball fit for Wilson. Diop did well to get a foot in, but Newcastle do get the ricochet. Joe Linton down the line. That's a great pass. Miggy has it. We're obviously going to cut inside here. He does cut inside. Cut inside two, in fact. Ball for Miggy, for Bruno. Little chip from Bruno doesn't work this time. They're alive to that. They should be in Craven Cottage. Ball there. Wilson has it. Great play for Wilson. Wilson's a superb save, but superb centre forward play from Wilson there. Absolutely superb. Took the ball down. 2 men on him. Cut inside both of them. Tried to curve at the far corner. Leno was well positioned though to stop the ball with a good save. And it's still 0-0. And we're a minute into the 3 have added on time. Leno has the ball now to Diop. Diop plays it through to Reed, then wide to Tete. Forward it goes then. Little ball for William. Reed's made the run ahead of him. And he goes to him, but in fact, it doesn't go to him. It goes out of play off the foot of Joe Linton. Good play that from Callum Wilson. Looking very sharp there. Perhaps coming into the game more now, Wilson. Maybe he's found his legs at last. And he has a throw to Fulham, which Tete will take in an attacking area, to be honest. About 25 yards from goal. And it goes for Reed, who's pushed in the back there, surely. From Joe Willock. And they're going to give a free kick to Fulham, I think. Or will it be a drop ball? Alison Reed's down as if he's been poleaxed by the mighty... I don't know. He's down. It's weird. Joe Willock did go through the back of him. I mean, it's a foul, I think. Not sure what they're giving here. I think they have given a foul. Have they? Well, the referee's trying to give us the ball back from the drop ball because Reed was obstructing the ball. So Reed's not happy about it. To be fair to him, he's got a point. I thought it was a foul. I thought that was a foul. So drop ball is taken. He wants Burns to kick the ball back to him, I think. But he doesn't because there's pressure on it from William. And now Botman clears it down the pitch. Reed gets ahead on it. Joe Linton nods it. Foul in the back of Willock by Reed. Wilson. Reed's getting in the face of Newcastle players now, and that's his want. That's how he plays the game. Fulham not happy about this. Silva's not happy. Boa Morte's there. He's not happy. Having to go at the fourth official here. It was a strange decision. I thought it was a foul from Willock, I've got to say. Wilson did brilliant there to win the free kick. Foul from Diop. This will be the last knockings of the first half here. Whether you get time to get this free kick away and the finishing's off it. Ball's gone in, looking for Newcastle head. This time we get one. Going to fall to Miggy. Going to go from distance through the crowd of players. Good effort. Straight into the arms of Leno, though. And I think that might well be half time. And it is indeed. Indeed. 0-0. 0-0. Not been a great first half. Bit of hesitancy. Yeah. Bruno's in tears as he walks off the pitch, which isn't a good sign. He's in absolute tears. Joe Linton's consoling him. I think Bruno's got a bad injury, if I'm perfectly honest. Well, hopefully we're going to see Alex with us at the half time now. Join us, because I need to join the crowds of people in the chat that saying they're going for a piss. Deadbeat, Chumbud, Detective, Tentacle, KFP employee. That's the name, isn't it? Leno is playing an absolute blinder. Why did Arsenal get rid of him? Yeah. Alex says Bruno's out for sure. He's crying. He knows. He is. He's Carl says an uninspiring first half. Indeed, it has been. It ain't been good at all. Too much hesitancy. And of course, what looks worse is Bruno looks done, if I'm honest. The ankle's definitely playing havoc with him. Wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see him second half. But have we got any midfielders on the bench? I suppose we can move Joe Linton into midfield and put Maxi Ward left. Could be the chance Maxi needs. Julie J says there's a couple of Fulham players getting wound up. I'm just waiting for Alex to come in so I can leave him for a minute. But what we can do in the meantime, get rid of that banner a second. And what we can do is guide you to our merch advert. We do have merch on the Toon Review, of course we do. Lots of you have bought stuff already, but this is the place you can get it.
So let's get down to business.
I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it now. I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me how you like it.
Let's get down to business.
That was a long 3 minutes of injury time. Anyway, we are joined by the resident Stato man. Here he is. How you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Strange half, but
It was a strange half. Very hesitant, weren't we?
yeah, I mean, I think it's a case of teams figuring out how we play now. A lot of our little build-up interactions that we've sort of perfected over the last few months, they were very sort of switched on to that. Bruno with the little flicks over to Miggy's runs, the link up with Willock and Joe Linton. They've obviously done their homework and they're very switched on to how we're going to be trying to attack with the Trippier crosses, and they're dealing with it so far. But Wilson's had a few good chances. I think he probably should have scored one of them. He's had a few. He needs to be doing better with at least one of them. But we're definitely the better team. Fulham look very good, but I'd be frustrated if we don't take 3 points. I fully expect us to kick on in the second half.
Yeah. And Wilson did come into the game as the half progressed. He looked very, very static early doors and hesitant to go to the ball. But as the half went on, he looked more dangerous, didn't he?
Yeah, he's one of those players that, that last shot that he had, I didn't think anything was on, and he created it out of absolutely nothing. I didn't think he'd be able to get through that space. He got the whole defence around him, and he managed to get a good shot away. Arguably, he could have done a bit better with that, but he's elite at creating that space. Not many people in European football can create the space the way Wilson does. He's definitely up there in the top 10 or 20 players for just finding space from absolutely nowhere. He's very clinical and very dangerous. Just needs to do possibly a little bit better. Personally, I still think he looks a bit lethargic. Despite you can see he's so talented and clinical, but I just want a bit more energy, especially if it looks like we might possibly lose Bruno in the second half. I think he knows he's done. So you never know. Maybe he's sacked for the second half.
I think Bruno crying as he came off the pitch kind of signified how bad that injury is. He's managed to keep going for 20 minutes. He's give it a go. I don't think we're going to see him second half, are we?
No. It looks like when you're watching it on the replay, it looks like the sort of stretch where you do sort of ligaments, foot, ankle ligaments, something like that. I don't want to predict the worst, but it looks like a 8-week, 2 month maybe injury. And the initial thought was maybe it's just a little bit of shock because he's hyperextended it. Might be just a bit of shock. It might just hurt a bit, and then he could run it off, and it would be fine. But the fact he's had it strapped up and he's crying going into half time. Maybe the doctors told him if it goes, it might go away, and it's just persisted and it's causing him a bit of pain. I think he knows something's wrong with it. So, yeah, it looks like our midfield bid in the transfer window is definitely going to accelerate if he's out.
Yeah, we definitely need replacements there. We're already short of depth in midfield, aren't we? So, definitely need some kind of influx coming of some kind of midfield play for sure. How do you think Maxi's done first half? Miggy.
Miggy's done all right, but again, it's a team that defended a little bit more rigidly. There's not as much space for him to run into an attack. And he does seem like he's taking it back a little bit too much. He'll be played in and he'll be against the left back and the left-sided centre back. And what he's done in previous months is he'll just go for them two and try and wriggle in between or get to the byline. What he keeps doing now is he keeps cutting in very far and letting their whole defence reset. And there's not enough space for him to do his little magic. That's possibly bits of Miggy and bits of the defence being quite switched onto it. But they seem very switched on to all of our attacking play, our transitions, how we're going to try and build up. It's good coaching, good preparation from Fulham. So we just need to make sure our quality shows in the second half. Maybe try something a bit different. I'm still really frustrated. We can't get heads on the ball in the box with how big our team is. It's getting to the point where it's almost poor now with Byrne, Botman, Cher, Joe Linton. We got some big lads in this team. We've got a bunch of people over 6'2", 6'3". It doesn't have to lead to a goal, but at least make it get us another corner or just win the ball. But they're just clearing it very comfortably at the moment.
Yeah, Fulham they're no team of midgets, so are they? They've got some big men themselves. It's hard to get the ball in the right place. We have shown a bit of ingenuity from corners, but yeah, nothing's come of them as yet. Joe Linton's been really good first half, though, hasn't he? Been really good.
Yeah, he's been very, very solid. We would be a different team without him, and we're certainly going to need him now if Bruno's out. Ideally, I know I keep noticing this as well, that everybody puts, when they do the formations in the lineup, everybody puts Willock in midfield and Joe Linton on the left wing. But that entire first half, Willock was the winger. The entire half, Joe Linton was the midfielder. So it's on paper they've got it a certain way, but when you actually watch the game, Willock is the winger. He's the winger. It's just how it is. But Joe Linton's been incredible. He's just part of the press. He's almost like a complete midfielder for his role. Sort of that breaking up play, destroyer, progress the ball, beat two or three people with strength. He just does that job so well.
Do you think we need to get Willock into the game more? Because when he's had the ball, he's looked really dangerous, hasn't he? He's been past Tete a couple of times. I think we need to get him in the game more.
Yeah, I think he needs to pass a bit more now instead of... he's had his couple of pop shots. They've not worked. Now he needs to be unselfish. I'm all for people having a go, but he's had his go now. Play other people in. But I would expect... I don't know what I would expect. It changes things. Everybody has been talking about Maxi and Isak, but with this Bruno situation, very much changes how we're going to approach substitutions in the second half and how we're going to change it. So theoretically, Longstaff goes back in the 6, is the only person who's got experience in that role under Eddie Howe. He's been trusted in the 6. So I would imagine Longstaff's going to go back into the 6. And then somebody's going to have to go back into that right-sided 8. So if you want to make offensive substitutions, who gets chopped is probably going to have to be Willock. Well, maybe not, because how would that work? No, probably.
They're taking Bruno off, so they'll move Joe Linton over, Willock over.
Yeah, it could be.
Bring Maxi on.
But the problem, they might. The thing is they're going to have to make a half-time substitution, you would imagine. But are they going to want to make an offensive substitution straight away? Probably not. Normally, he doesn't want to bring Isak or Maxi or Wood on till 60, 70 minutes. Whereas now he's hamstrung a little bit because he's going to have to make that decision right now. If Bruno's done, then he's going to have to make that offensive change right now. And so it will have to be Bruno for, you would imagine, an Isak or a Maxi. And then it will just get shuffled around with Longstaff in the 6. So, but we'll see. You never know. You never know. Maybe he's had some magic spray. It's not as bad as we think, and Bruno's out for the second half. But I doubt it.
I doubt it too. Listen, I'm not saying his name, but Wayne says Guimaraes will be out for a few games. He shouldn't have put a bandage on his ankle and made it worse. Well, I don't know how you know that. They're trying to get him through, aren't they? Joe Linton's in the chat. We are far too sluggish in getting players out and in transfer-wise, I guess. Trop G says Bruno. And Bruno's played pretty well as well, considering he's playing on one leg as well, I've got to say.
He's still been pretty good, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. I can't understand half these. Second half goals will come. Are you confident we're going to score in the second half, Alex?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they look good, but we've had a lot of shots. We've been in a lot of dangerous positions. I mean, let's not forget, there's two ways we can win this game. It's not just about our quality. They have to maintain those focus levels for their second half as well. There's a possibility that some of their players switch off or out of position, they make a mistake. So it's not always down to us to be perfect. Although recently, whenever teams play against us, their goalkeeper has a man of the match performance and they play out their skin. But we'll see how it goes. They've been caught on the press a little bit. Ream and stuff. They need to be a bit more aware of Miggy. I mean, I don't mind because obviously I want us to win. But people prep for this whole, we're going to press them in the final third. And then Miggy robs them twice in a half. They need to be more switched onto it. They've been very lucky we've not been punished. Oh God, Michal Mudryk just walking out for Chelsea. I've just got on my screen. Bloody hell. 100 million euros.
Barbara loves your new home. Barbara loves your new home, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
When he plays ASAP, says Sab, we definitely need some sort of influx, don't we?
Well, this effectively gives the green light for a more expensive midfielder, because this is exactly what happened with Isak. We were unsure of our striker situation. We didn't want to go into the season with Wood as our only competent first choice striker. Fair enough. We bought Isak. He's definitely injured. They're just showing the replay of Bruno going over now. That is nasty. He's not putting that on at all. But that leaves us with how many senior midfielders? Oh, Maxi's coming to warm up. So we've got Longstaff, Willock, Joe Linton. Is that it? Who am I missing? That's three. We play with three in midfield, and those are our three. So Shelby's out. If Bruno's now out, we're going to have to pull the trigger on a decent midfielder, because we're not going to bring in sort of a young development player to jump into this scenario to sort of fish us out of it. It's going to have to be a senior player. So I would imagine, depending on what we hear about Bruno in the next few weeks, there's got to be more movement.
Yeah, I think they've got to go full on and get someone here, because there's cup finals we're playing for here. It's not just league positions; it's cup finals too. It looks like Maxi is coming on, by the way. Maxi is the replacement for Bruno. Alex, I'll let you go and finish and watch the second half. Want to pop on? We've got the review show tonight, so you no need to pop in at the end.
Okay, not a problem. I'll see you later.
All right, buddy.
Guys.
We'll see you later. Cheers, Alex. Thanks for coming on, mate. We're back in the game here. We'll get the banner back up, obviously. There we go. Max is on for Bruno. And Newcastle are kicking towards the famous Gallagher end now. And when they kick off, I shall tell you, Willock's over the ball, I believe. Was it Wilson? Can't really see from here. We're off. Cher has it. Long ball looking for Joe Linton. Flicks it to Wilson. Might go out back to Byrne. Byrne plays it to Maxi. Maxi has two men on him straight away. Different attack here for Fulham to defend against. Willock's in here. Can he play Max in? Maxi's in. Cuts inside. Maxi. Oh, trying to walk the ball in. Longstaff from distance. Another one of those lean backs. And it goes high, wide, and handsome again. Long range shooting from Newcastle from the midfielders has been shocking. This one was hard, obviously, but great move from Newcastle. Max is onside there. Don't know why Max didn't go through for goal there, but he cut back inside, looking for Wilson. Ream cut the ball out, and the shot from Longstaff went way over the bar and possibly over the stand. Good start from Max, though. Got himself in the game straight away into the game, and should have been maybe a bit more clinical, but nice little header that from Mitrovic. And now it's with the Cordova Reed on his side here. There's a flag up, I think, on the far side. Can't see London's flag. I can. Offside, it'll be a free kick to Newcastle. Yeah, sad to see Bruno go off, and I think we're going to be without him for a few weeks. Anyway, Cher has the ball now for Newcastle. Being pressured now by Reed. And in fact, Reed got a foot in. Miggy in the air against Kazawa is not going to be one winner there. And it's not going to be Miggy. But anyway, Cher has it now. Cher controls it. Aerial battle again between Miggy and Kazawa. Willocks comes to this right-hand side midfield position. Excuse me. Anyway, Fabian Cher has it. And he plays it square to Botman. Back to Cher. Cher coming forward slowly. Pereira pressurised him. Ball into Miggy. Back to Cher. Now Joe Linton. Nice bit of footballist from Newcastle. Longstaff. Good ball out wide for Maxi, who's one-on-one with Tete here. Being joined by Willian. Little ball on the outside for Joe Linton. Joe Linton has it now. A terrible first touch. Diop gets the foot in. Will be a throw-in to Newcastle United. Deep in the half, which has already been taken. Now it's with Miggy on his far side here. Trippier's available. Goes to Willock. One, two. There's a foul there, referee. Yes, bad foul as well. Knew what he was doing there, Kazawa. Little 1-2. Around the back of him. Kazawa took Miggy down and has received the yellow card for it, indeed. Great bit of play this from Newcastle with Willock. Great little 1-2. Kazawa knew what was going on. Brought down Miggy. Gets the yellow card. Will be a free kick to Newcastle. Wide right. 48 minutes on the clock. Trippier's obviously going to take it. I can see Burton now is taking an advanced position. He's just short of the 6-yard box here. He's not on his line. So Trippier's got to be accurate with his free kick, looking for Newcastle head. Can we get a goal here? Curved in. It's a good one. Far post over everyone's head. Will it go out for throw-in? I think it might. Indeed it does. Indeed it does. Byrne and Mitrovic having a bit of a wrestling match there. Joe Linton picks it up. All the way back to Pope it goes via Botman. And now Fabian Cher back to Pope. Pope's got a lot of time now. We'll probably just give it to Botman. He does. Botman's going to get pressurised. Down to Cher he goes. Inside there. Miggy's come short for it. Curves inside for Longstaff. Back to Miggy. Nice little bit of football here. Willock's wide right here. Willock goes to Trippier. Trippier's made a great run there for Miggy to get inside the defenders. Probably come back to Trippier here. He's going to go against the two Fulham defenders. Plays to Willock. Little chip inside. We ain't going to fall for Miggy, that ain't. And Kazawa steps in. Now it's Decado Reed, in fact. That's gone out of play, ref. Yes, it has. Throw into Newcastle. Decado Reed with poor control there. Which Trippier will take. To Willock he goes. And back to Trippier. Sean Longstaff's behind him if he wants him. Willock's gone behind him also. And then back to Willock he goes. Now to Longstaff. Bit of space created. Longstaff comes back the same way as he came from. Little ball inside the back there. Miggy will get there. Slide in. We'll get a corner for Newcastle United. Kazawa just made it. So Trippier will take this corner. Would like to see maybe change it up a little bit. Maybe an in-swing. Maybe get a left foot on his side and get an in-swinger in. I don't know who do it. Willock maybe. But anyway, Trippier's going to take this out swinger with his right foot, looking for a Newcastle head. Did find one, but it went wide. It's going to be a goal kick. Callum Wilson got his head to it. Bullet header, but 2 yards wide. That's the first time a Newcastle head's got to the ball. Yeah, it was good header that from Wilson. Just wide. Probably could have done better, actually. But there you go. 51 minutes on the clock. Leno's going to take the goal kick. Long he goes, probably aiming for the head of Mitrovic. In fact, he does. Mitrovic as well. So nice little touch inside. Harrison Reed plays it wide for William, who's isolated against Burn here. Of course, he's going to have to get Matt out of Maxi. Harrison Reed gets the cross in, deflected off Sven Botman, and it'll be a corner to Fulham now. Of course, defensively it changes now with William against Burn. He's going to be on his own most of the time, unless Maxi tracks back, and he didn't do really on that occasion. But it's a corner to Fulham, which will be taken by Pereira. Because I was in the box, so's Palhinha, and so also is Mitrovic. Of course he is. It's an outswinger. It's not the greatest one over the bar. It goes. Will be a goal kick to Newcastle. And wide it goes to Dan Burn. No pressure on him. Dan Burn advances it up the pitch. Down the line it goes to Maxi. Back to Dan Burn. And back to Sven Botman. And Fulham are trying to pen us in here. And Botman floats one for Joe Linton. Lovely little header for Maxi. Maxi's got Harrison Reed on him. Harrison Reed as well to get the foot in. Throw into Newcastle. Harrison Reed wants a throw in for that. It's not your ball, Harrison. You're a dick. Get on with the game, Butch Dingle, man. Which, anyway, the throw-in's going to be taken. Dan Burn's going to take it. And down the line it goes. Wilson's come short for it. The bounce took it over his head. Can he get him behind? It's going to be a free kick against Callum Wilson for some reason there. Referee's made some very odd decisions in this game, I've got to say. Very odd. He said it was a shirt pull. Who is the ref? Anyone tell him who the ref is? I don't know who it is. He's shit whoever he is. Well, they're both pulling each other's shirts out, ref. Well, 6-1.5 doesn't do that, and he decided to go with the Wilson tug as the foul one, but strange. Anyway, Leno takes a long goal kick, looking for Mitrovic in the air against Cher. Cher just barged into him. David Reed can get to it. Trippier laid it back to Pope. First touch from Pope ain't brilliant, and he eventually clears it out for throw-in. Rob Jones. Thanks, Anders. Diop has it in the centre circle, being pressured by Callum Wilson. Maxi's not carried on with the press, and he could have done really there. Back it goes to the keeper. Maxi's going to do the press now, though. Back it comes now to Reed. Pressure's on from Miggy. He steps inside it well, Reed. Plays a nice pass through. David Reed trying to get him beyond Trippier, but Trippier intercepts it all day long. Not the greatest pass in the world, though. Intercepted by Harrison Reed. Now Fulham on the attack. Pereira wide here for Kasawa in an attacking role now, the left back. Going against Kieran Trippier. Plays it inside the defender to David Reed. Went for a cross. Deflected. Will be another corner. Will be corner. 54.5 minutes on the clock. Been very slow start this game. Not been the greatest game in the world. The number 18 has come across to take it. Pereira. Going to be an in-swinger this time. Wilson looks beyond Kazawa, so that could be a mismatch there. Anyhow, corner comes in, looking for Fulham head. Over the head of everyone it goes. Did Pope get a hand on it? He did. It will be another corner on the other side. Been a terrible game this, really, hasn't it? Second half's been really slow. $55 minutes on the clock. No goals. Not a lot going on, really. It's well, Fulham are in the box here at the minute because they've got a corner. Plenty of big men in there to mark, so we've got to be alert at all times here. Ball comes in. It's not the greatest corner. Might fall for Mitrovic, doesn't know. Now Max has it in his own box. Played a lovely pass there from Wilson. Can he stay on side? Oh, I don't think he did stay on side, and the ball from Wilson wasn't good enough anyway. But if Wilson had been alert there, he could have put Willock in one-on-one with keeper. But the ball is with Fulham in the back three. It's with Ream at the minute. Ball forward. Longstaff trying to get the tackle with Miggy, was it maybe? No, it was Longstaff. Kurzawa plays it back to Diop. He's going to get pressure here. But he plays around it well, and Tete has space to run into. Joe Linton trying to get level with him, trying to get back in front of him. And Joe Linton's doing the defensive work here to help Dan Burn. Pereira plays it back for Polinia in the anchor role there, and back to Diop again, and he'll go square to Ream. Ream has it just inside his own half. Now inside to Polinia again, back to Ream, and square to Diop. Further square to Tete, and all the way back it goes to the keeper, Leno. Leno's being pressured and just gets it away, but aimlessly down the middle of the park. Nick Pope picks it up and plays it to Sven Botman, who's got all the time in the world to pick out a good ball here. Into the Fulham half he goes and plays it square for Dan Burn. Very hesitant. Maxi making runs for Dan Burn then, and Dan Burn just couldn't seem to see him. Good ball though from Botman to Willock. Now wide here for Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier comes inside the Cordova Reed. Back to Botman to Share he goes. Square to Botman. This is all very tentative from Newcastle. Really tentative. Not the Newcastle United we're used to seeing. Dan Burn on his left foot down the wing to Maxi. Back to goal. Has to go inside as well. Well played from Longstaff too. Great ball. Maxi cuts inside. Got a ball to Joe Linton. If he wants to play it, it's took off him from Tete. Should have played a pass there, Maxi, to Joe Linton. He was in space. But Fulham do get it clear. Ball bounces over Mucho's head, and over back it Share goes to Nick Pope. Just short of the penalty area. Now wide to Fabian Share, who's made himself available yet again. Share goes into the Fulham half, into Miggy. Back to Share. Nice bit of football from Newcastle. Little chip there. Ream does well to cut it out. Lob it over to a good tackle there. Great tackle. And Newcastle can break. Good tackle that from Fabian Share. Now it's Maxi, wideness left-hand side. Look for the cross, looking for Willock, who's did well to get to the near post. Back to Maxi he goes. Maxi against 2-3 there. Maxi trying to turn 2. Gets a cross in. Great cross 2. Missed the first man out and Fulham clear it. Now Longstaff plays it to Kieran Trippier. Fabian shares the pass here and Fabian Share receives it. Longstaff comes short to receive from Share. Back to Share. Poor pass from Longstaff. Share did well to keep hold of possession there. Now Miggy has it. Miggy's cut inside 1. We'll probably give it to Trippier on his right flank. Trippier gets a good cross in 2 near the keeper, and he'll take them all day long. Good bit of possession football there from Newcastle, and hopefully, as in the first half, it spurs us on a bit further. But in the minute, Leno's cleared it long, looking for that of Mitrovic, and it's won by Botman. Will be a throw to Newcastle off the foot of Decordova Reed. Back it's with Fabian Share. And now Sven Botman has it. Ball inside Mitrovic to Longstaff. First time past the Burn. Down the line to Joe Linton. Little switch pass there to Longstaff, who thinks he's got more time than he has, but he does get the ball away to Share. And Share has it. Plenty of space here. He goes to Willock on this right flank. Now to Miggy. Miggy plays it back to Fabian Share. Possession football. Max is all on his own that far touchline if anyone can see him. Botman will have the ability to see him. Ball through to Joe Linton. Great turn from Joe Linton. Oh, that's a terrible foul. We'll get a yellow card for that for Ream. Absolutely. Great play from Joe Linton to cut inside. Now this is more like Kieran Trippier territory. It's great play from Joe Linton to cut inside. Ream had nowhere to go, really. But he cut inside Diop. Slightly overrun it. Did get there first. Ream kicked him. Great play from Joe Linton. If Ream hadn't kicked him, Joe Linton was clean through. Tim Ream gets the yellow card for that, and probably a good one. This is Trippier territory, this is. I've got to say. Perfect position for the right footer to either curve it over the wall. Share's joined him also. Longstaff, again, seems to get himself involved with free kicks. Piss off. We don't want to hit in the fucking top tier of the Gallagate. So right footer curved around the wall. Leno's eyeing his wall up. Now, can Trippier fool the keeper? Fabian Schär is trying to get involved in this. I don't know whether he wants to go. They're talking about where they're going. Trippier's studying his options here. Just notice the referee's kit is very much like the Fulham's keeper's kit. Anyhow, Trippier takes it. He's in the post. Falls to McGee, deflected wide. Oh, how unlucky. It was Fabian Schär, in fact, that took the free kick. Hit the post. That's the closest we've come to a goal. It went to the keeper's side. It hit the inside of the post and it still came out. Then Miggy hit the shot and the rebound. It come off the op and went for the corner. Unbelievable effort from Schär. Unlucky there, Newcastle. How can the ball hit the inside of the post and bounce outwards? It's beyond me. Anyway, corner we get. Can we take advantage of this corner? Trippier's going to take it in. He whops it in, looking for a Newcastle head. Finds 1-2. Glances off the head of Callum Wilson. Goes wide for a goal kick. Might be Joe. We'll look with the header, in fact. It was Wilson. It was Wilson. Just put it wide. But this free kick from Schär, the closer we've come to a goal. Great free kick. Great technique. Inside the post. Manages to bounce out. Unbelievable bad luck for Newcastle United. And almost a fantastic goal for Fabian Schär there. Hopefully that will spur the crowd on to spur the team on. Leno takes a long goal kick, trying to get the ball as far away from the Fulham goal as possible because Newcastle are starting to play a bit better now. Harrison Reed has it. Little ball from Mitro. Back to Harrison Reed. He loses out there. Now Wilson has it. It's been chased by Harrison Reed. It's going to foul him probably, and he does foul him. And we'll get a yellow card for that. He should have had one in the first half. He's getting another one now. Is it Harrison Reed or Pereira? Can't be Pereira. He's already been booked. Has Pereira not been booked? Wow, I thought he'd been booked in the first half. Pereira is the man with the foul. That's his fifth booking. He'll miss the next game. And this time we're about 40 yards, maybe more. 40 yards out. Yeah, I'd say 40 yards is fair. Definitely not a shooting opportunity here, but yeah, the same two suspects are around the ball, Schär and Trippier, but it's going to be curved in this time. Scher's run away from it, in fact, and joined the artillery in the middle of the box. I say the middle of the box, it's the edge of the box. Curved in it goes, looking for a Newcastle head. Leno punches. Clearance completed by Mitrovic. There's a player down in the box, I think. Trippier has it, though. And he goes back to Botman. Joe Linton has it now from the ball from Botman. A wide hand to Maxi. Maxi's going to take his player on. He does. Turns in one way and goes back the other. Goes past him and won't play it back to Byrne. Byrne has it now. Back to Joe Linton. Willock's free if he wants to play it. It goes far side. It's a terrific pass from Joe Linton to Miggy. Takes it down first time. Trippier's crosses. It's under hit. Trippier's crossing today's been awful. And Fulham can break here with Decadova-Reid. Botman, the man covering Decadova-Reid. Decadova-Reid's got two past him. He gets his ball inside. He's going to fall here. That's a penalty kick. Still playing on. This should be a penalty kick, I think. But anyway, Newcastle do clear a ball away, and Joe Willock has it. And again, Fulham win the ball. VAR surely going to look at that. Fulham still on the attack. Decadova-Reid. Trippier wins the ball off him, and now the ball can be cleared away. But VAR going to look at that penalty, surely. Looked like a foul all day long to me, but we shall soon see. We have said no. Let's see what fucking Mike Dean says. Not holding out much hope, I've got to be honest. Maxi goes past Tete, does he? He does eventually. Plays it inside for Joe Linton. Now ball for Willock. Back to Fabian Schär. Fabian Schär now coming forward. Now it's with Miggy on his right-hand side. Cuts inside one. Cuts inside two. Plays it for Joe Linton's got a man on his back. Gives it back to Miggy. Miggy's gone past two here. Miggy's gone past Diop. Will Miggy get in all the way here? Oh, good tackle from Diop. Brilliant defending. Will be a corner ball. Will this VAR check happen now or what? I'm not sure if we're going to get one or not. And the fact players are all approaching the referee. We'll have a look at it now. It's Pereira. There is a little bit of contact there, but surely not to bring him down. I think he just took hands with him. In fact, they're looking for two penalties. It's all kicking off here. There's just a chance of two penalties here. VAR. I've got two lots to look at. The one that Dan Burn touches Pereira is absolute bollocks. He's just touched his hand and he's flew over like a nonsense. In fact, should be booked for diving. The second one looks a bit more suspect. Maybe. They're looking at the second one. And remember, it's Mike Dean. Decadova Reed. He's got the ball. Never a penalty in the Sundays. Oh, he's told the ref to go and have a look at it. Are you having a fucking laugh? Of course Mike Dean's told the ref to go and have a look at it. Jesus fucking Christ. It's in the area. No, maybe it is a penalty. It's Trippier. Yeah, he's caught his back leg. That's a penalty. He's caught his back leg. That's a penalty kick. He's going to give it. Absolutely no doubt about it. Yep, penalty kick to Fulham. Trippier compounding a poor game, to be honest. His set pieces ain't been good. And it's definitely a penalty. He's got in the box and he's Trippier's caught his back leg. The back leg's out the area, though. The back leg's actually out the area. That's weird. Well, I think the leg that got caught isn't in the area. So it is a foul, but I don't think it's in the area. And of course, they can't go back for fouls. Decadova is going to take the penalty anyway. And Mitrovic's going to take it, in fact. So Mitrovic has stepped up to take the penalty. Nick Pope's going to eyeball him now. And he's been booked for doing so. Ref's lost control here. So Mitrovic yet to score against his former club for Newcastle United for Fulham against Pope. And he's put it in. I don't think he hits it right. I think he's mishit that. They're going to take it again. He's hit it twice. He's double hit it. He's double hit it, so it should be our ball. You can't retake it. He's double hit it. And he has double hit it. It's a free kick to Newcastle. Mitro's double hit the penalty, so it should be a free kick to Newcastle. Did he double hit it? Let's see. Yes, he does. It's a double hit. So it's no goal. Should be a free kick to Newcastle. Ah, dear me. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Should be a free kick to Newcastle. You double hit it, mate. And it is a free kick to Newcastle. So from a penalty kick, Mitro's managed to fuck that up. What a fucking plonker he is. Maybe justice is served there. But that's hilarious. He's one of our own. He's one of our own. Alex Mitrovic. He's one of our own. Anyway, play continues 0-0. Oh, dear me. That's the funniest penalty I think I've ever seen. Anyway, Newcastle on the attack. Surely have, a bit of wind in our sails now to go on. Joe Linton has the ball wide left. Put there for Maxi. Probably come back to Maxi. Tries to get down the line to Miggy. Got 3 minutes. Miggy's gone past 3. We'll get a throw in for that. That is the funniest penalty I've ever seen. Anyway, the referee's gotten away now and stopped Maxi's ball going through to our player. So, fucking referee's having a shocker here. Matt Ragnall says it was a a stonewall penalty. Willock's coming off and Isaac's coming on. So we are going for it. We're going with 2 up top here. We're going 4-4-2. But look at things. Eddie Howe playing the attacking role here, playing the attacking sub. I wonder how we're going to line up. We're going to go 4-4-2. And now the ball is with Fabian Schär. Down it'll come to Miggy. Miggy inside then for Longstaff. Longstaff plays it wide for Trippier. Just level with the Fulham penalty area. Back it goes then to Schär, who's going to get a cross in, looking for the head of. Oh, nearly fell to Wilson's going to go out for goal kick. Good cross from Schär, though. The thing is, Owen, he caught his back leg, but I think his back leg was slightly out of the area. I'm not sure. I thought it was a penalty at first, but we got away with one there because Mitro's made a right 2 and 8 at that penalty. Long goal kick from Leno, which Mitro rises for. It'll be a free kick because Mitro's fouled Longstaff. Chelsea won it, by the way, against Palace, Havertz, and now it's with Longstaff, looking energetic. Ball inside, it's a terrible pass. He's overhit that by a mile. Miggy gives him a clap, though, for looking for the pass, but in theory, it was a poor pass. Throw into Fulham, deep in their half. Dan James is coming on now. For Fulham. There's also another sub getting stripped to come on. Joe Linton will win that in the air, nods it forward. Isaac's lost in the air there. The ball will fall to Joe Linton. Great play from Joe Linton. Dan Burn's got a race to keep that in. He's got pressure on his back. Down the line he goes for Miggy and just put out a play from the op. He's had a very good game at centre half, to be honest. Joe Linton has it. Level with the centre circle in the Fulham half. Goes back to Stone Botman. May come square for Schär, but doesn't. In fact, he advances into the Fulham half, plays it forward for Isaac, who's come short to receive it. Isaac's robbed there by Tete, and Willian's come back to receive the ball and is running across field with it. But it's cut out for Miggy. Miggy's through here. Miggy's played Wilson in. He's in the pass. And Ream intercepted. And now Miggy's trying to get the ball back and gets a slide tackle in there on Kusawa. And does well to Miggy there defensively. Getting a bit feisty out there. Miggy should have put Wilson in there. Would have been 1-0. Looks like 2 or 3 subs from Fulham. Dan James is 1. Vinicius is another. Looks like Fulham are going for it also. So both sides going for the 3 points here. Kazawa's throws nodded away from Joe Linton. Isaac's playing in a deeper role, actually, than Wilson. Nodded forward. Wilson again against Ream. Wilson did really well there, but though concedes the throw-in. Was pushed in the back, ref didn't see it. Took it over Reed, goes past 2, and then dives, and the ref gives a free kick. He'd lost the ball and dived. Terrible refereeing by this fucking idiot in the orange shirt. That was not a free kick. He'd lost the ball, decided to fall over, and the ref bought it, hook, line, and bloody sinker. And Fulham get a free kick wide left on this flank here, which is going to be taken by Pereira. Pereira's going to curve it in. Obviously got the heads of Mitrovic to aim for. And other big, tall men ready for the ball coming in. Joe Linton nodded it away, could have let it go. Didn't get a shout. Nodded back in from Reed. And in the end, it's gone out for a goal kick. Mitrovic sliced it again. Longstaff turned inside, does really well. And turned inside William. Terrible pass, though. Was burning, in fact. And now Fulham on the attack with Pereira. Goes past two. Back he goes to Kusawa. Joe Linton gets a foot in there. Does fall for Reed on the edge of the box, though. Trying to turn. Doesn't get turned, though. Isak plays it wide for Maxi, and a good ball there for Joe Linton. And now out wide for Isak. Can he get a little touch? He can. Sliding now. There's a foul there, referee. Isak plays advantage zone. The ref's in. And Maxi's in on the far side. Maxi went in for the ball. It's a great ball. It's a great ball. Wilson will keep it in and does do. Wilson wide in his penalty area. What can he do from this? He's looking for the ball to the far post. God, this is 6s and 7s here. Isak! Oh, it's a yard wide. If that, it's Maxi, in fact. It's about a foot wide, in fact. Great effort from Maxi. He's been really good, actually, since he came on. The ball inside the defender there was superb. Wilson wasn't quick enough to get there. But what he was quick enough to do was to receive the ball back. He ran past the keeper and got the second ball. Ball came in, deflected. Back to Miggy it was. Miggy then squared to Maxi, who had to go from distance. Curtain side Reed. Shot literally inches wide. Inches wide. Great effort for Maxi. The heat's cooking up here at St James's Park. It's been turned up to max here. Ian, if you're going to accuse me of vaping live on air, which I do all the time, everyone knows that, make sure you spell vaping right, mate. And I don't look the half of people. Right, for that, you're getting a block, my friend. See you later. Anyway, goal kicks happened and Mitrovic has it. Pissed off with people taking the piss out of me on the stream. Absolutely pissed off with it. Anyway, Joe Linton has the ball. Now it's Joe Linton again. Square it went to Sven Botman, just short of the centre circle, looking for sweeping balls to this far side. Not going to go anywhere near his intended target, who was Kieran Trippier. And it was nodded safely back from Kusawa to the keeper. You know what, Ian? See you later, mate. Anyway, Fulham are in here, but Newcastle win a free kick. And Mitrovic is down injured. Well, there's a surprise. That one's for you, Ian Barron. Do one. Ball is now with Newcastle. In deep in our own half, we have it with Sven Botman. Longstaff now sitting in the 6th role, approaching the centre circle. He's got Joe Linton just in front of him. Don't think that's the pass. He's got a man on him. Goes wide for Trippier. Fulham now pressing us now, which is quite impressive considering in approaching the 80th minute. The fitness levels is quite good from Fulham today. Anyhow, it's with Sven Botman in the centre circle. Wide he goes to Joe Linton. He steps inside one. Might lose this here. But he had Dan James on his case. Played it wide for Trippier. Trippier inside there for Miggy. That's a foul. Refs bought it as well, and it's a foul against Pereira, it's Tim Ream, in fact, and he's been booked. He's been booked. Come on, ref, let's have the yellow card then. Was he fouled here? Wilson? Yeah, he's touched his foot. No different to the penalty, was it? Let's be honest. It's a free kick to Newcastle. It's 25 yards out, right hand side of the area, really. It's not wide of the area, it's level with it. Trippier will bend this one in. If ever we needed a decent free kick it's now. We've not had them all day, but there's a bit of height to aim for in there. Little dinky curvy one. Here it comes, coming in now, looking for Newcastle head. Nearly reached Isaac. Joe Linton did brilliantly. Little skip for Joe Linton. Might fall, didn't fall for Newcastle at the far post. So unlucky. The balls, you know, the ricochets and everything never go our way, and I haven't done for a few weeks now, if I'm being honest. There's loads offside there, by the way. But it wouldn't have counted either. But maybe it would have done, because obviously a new active play starts, isn't it? If it's to come off a defender. But anyway, didn't go anywhere near the goal. But Leno has it now, and he's got it on the deck. Must have had a free kick for some reason. Long kick taken. Trippier gets ahead to it and nods it away. Joe Linton's taking control of this game second half, but he's well beaten there by Palhinha. And the throw-in's taken by Trippier back to Share. Press is coming from Fulham here. Mitrovic is the one doing it, in fact. Wide it goes, though, to Dan Burn. Dan Burn's got pressure on him. Plays it down the line for Botman, and it's deflected off a Fulham player for a throw-in to Newcastle, which they've taken quickly, and that's terrible from Longstaff. Longstaff's been poor today. And Fulham could be in around the back here, but Burn is brilliantly to defend it. In fact, it's Botman. Of course it is. And Botman calmly plays it away to Maxi, who's very deep. Inside then for Share. Now Longstaff. Longstaff approaching the Fulham players. Plays it square to Burn. Burn back inside for Longstaff. 82 on the clock. Good ball from Longstaff there, though, to Isak, who's running at the defence here. It plays it inside for Wilson. A little back flick back to Isak, perhaps. We'll get a corner out of it instead, though. But a little back flick there would have been nice. Tete did well to slide in, put it away for a corner. Which Kieran Trippier has gone across to take. It's going to be an in-swinger. Joe Linton, Botman, Share, all in the box, waiting for a nice ball to land on their head. It's a bit deeper than usual. Joe Linton's on the far post. Burnley will come out and take them all day long. And he's staying on the deck for as long as he can, wasting as much time as possible. that penalty will never stop to amuse me. Trippier back to Share anyway. The game's continuing here. St James's back to Pope. Botman's gone wide for him and he receives it off him. Mitrovic is chasing him, but it's not going to get there because Botman's played a little floaty ball. Looking for a flick there. A bit dangerous. Mickey in the air ain't the greatest option to take, in my opinion. But anyway, we do come away with the ball. Joe Linton, who's been outstanding. Last 15 minutes, we've had 3/4 of the ball. Ball is with Maxi, who's looked great whenever he's got the ball, but they haven't fed him enough, I don't think. Miggy played it inside for Longstaff, inside there for Isak, who's fouled, and that's a yellow card for Diop. All the back four now. Well, he's not going to book him. He should have done for that. Good Lord. Murphy's on for Miggy now. Miggy's run his race today. He's run his socks off. Jacob Murphy's going to come on. Can he be the unsung hero? Can he be the hero we've been looking for today? Almon's run his socks off, played really well. But again, Newcastle United not scoring goals in Premier League games. Yeah, and it's getting a bit concerning now. And surely the checkbook will be coming out at some stage. Anyway, here's Trippier with his free kick. It's going to be an in-swinger. It's central-ish. Well, it's not. It's left side. It's curved in. Looking for a Newcastle head. Doesn't find one. Back it comes now. And wide it comes. There's a player down in the box holding his head, which is nonsense because Share's lost it. And it's going to come out for a throw-in. Ref will stop play now. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Players going down holding their head when they're in trouble. It's not on, in my opinion. It's definitely... Oh, no way. That's pathetic. Kasawa has literally run into Joe Linton from about an inch away, going at about 0.2 miles an hour. And you'd think he's been hit by a fucking Boeing 747 in his head. Unconscious, lying on the floor. It's just a ploy to stop the play. It's absolute bollocks. Mitrovic, apparently. Pathetic. Kendo says, to be fair, Big Joe is made of pure steel. It's not, it's Kusawa, actually. Kusawa. But it's a definite ploy to stop the game. And the ref didn't buy it, to be fair. It's only when we lost the ball that he blew up, when they had the ball. So, God, there's nothing wrong with you, mate. Jesus Christ. Ghastly Bookish, goes to Bookish, says, I hate them using the red injuries of play to stop play when nobody's injured. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Anyway, Newcastle have the ball, and it's wide with Dan Burn, who can give it to Maxi straight away here. Come on, give it him. God, you've waited till Maxi's got 2 men on him. And now Maxi's cut inside one. Touch ain't great, and it's the ball's back in Newcastle's territory now. It's with Trippier. Maxi's down on the floor. Needs to get up. We've got the ball. We've got the ball, Maxi. Get up, you prick. Inside for Joe Linton. Joe Linton's really trying his hardest here. Isak wide. Cross comes in. It's cut out. Out it goes for throw-in. Dan Burns' cross it was. Quick throw-in taken. All the way back to Longstaff. Longstaff goes back to Botman. Maxi is back on his feet, by the way. Joe Linton. Now it's with Maximan. He's coming inside. Isak didn't go anywhere and was taken out of the play totally there by the Fulham defender. Palini, I think it was. Crunching tackle. Brilliant no there from Murphy to win the ball back. Ball goes down the line for Trippier. Little ball inside. Wilson to Isak. He went the wrong way. Should have gone to Maxi. He was free on the far side. Now Trippier widening his right flank. Bit of pressure from Newcastle United late on here. Back it goes to Longstaff. Little curvy cross. It's not a bad one. Oh! It's there! It's Alexander Isak! It's a goal in the 88th minute! It was a bit of a scramble in the box, but the pressure's counted. And Alex Isak has scored a vital goal for Newcastle United. The spit flying everywhere. It's like Roy Hattersley been reincarnated, even though he's not dead. But it's 1-0 to Newcastle. VAR will probably look at the offsides here. I don't think there is one. There was a possibility of a handball from a Fulham defender. Fulham looked defeated. Fulham looked down. And Newcastle United take an important lead. 1-0 Newcastle. Alex Isak with his 4th goal for the club. Jacob Murphy was heavily involved. He was really well since he came on. Back he came to Longstaff. Best cross of the game from Longstaff to the far post. Wilson got a touch on. Throwing it back inside. There's no offsides there. It's a great finish from about a yard out. Even on a score from there. No handballs. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. 1-0 Newcastle. Have that, you fucking Cockney twats. Long time coming, but it was worth it in the end. 89.5 minutes have gone. I need a drink. Wilson, Maxi. Oh, he's robbed there, but Fulham are on the attack now, and they're going to be hungry for an equaliser. We're into added time. Murphy did brilliantly there. 5 minutes of added time, we're going to get 2. Alex Isak with another crucial goal for Newcastle. Can this be the first one to win us a game, is the question. Is it his fourth goal? It's the third goal, isn't it? And now the cavalry charge from Fulham. 3 subs about to come on. Joe Linton's played it forward for Wilson. Wilson's role in the goal can't be underestimated. Oh, brilliant from Wilson to win the ball and keep it as well. Joe Linton. Now Longstaff, little floaty ball over Dan Burn. Can run into the corners if he wants. Gives it to Maxi instead. Maxi has it. It's not. It's Isaac. Isaac's gone past 2. Will win a throw in. Well played. And now he's down injured. Get up, Alex. Get up, Alex. Get up, Alex. We don't want to waste our own time here, for Christ's sake. And here come the changes. Diop's taking a defender off. Diop, who's played really well for Fulham. You've got to give him credit. Had a good game. I think this is Vinicius. He's a big unit, whoever he is. Harrison Rat's going off. Tom Kearney's coming on. And young Wilson, Harry Wilson, isn't it? He's on for Decadova Reed, who's shit, by the way. Anyhow, it's a throw into Newcastle deep in the Fulham half. I've got a big burp coming on. I'm going to have to mute the mic for a second. Excuse me. Marco Silva shaking his head. He can't believe what he's seeing here. It's tough shit. And now he's moaning again. Spent the whole game moaning. You're the ones making subs, you fucking idiots. Anyhow, the ball's in the corner. And it'll be a throw into Fulham, I believe. In fact, it's a goal kick. Isaac's not happy about it. Time to change the score. I never change the score. I'm terrible for it. Anyhow, there it is. God, the Fulham bench, you'd think they were kind of going for Champions League or something. Jacob Murphy's down injured now. Well, it's going to be a long 5 minutes of talking about it down here. I'll tell you that for nothing. Yeah, there you go. I've changed the score. It's Isaac. Billy's our lucky mascot. I've done pretty well this year. Undefeated so far. Much better team with Isaac and Max on, said Chinglish. That's better. Mary's just had roast lamb. Well, I'd kill for roast lamb now. Isaac and Max make a big difference, says Dave. Yeah, they have done, to be fair. Chris Wood's about to come on, by the way. Well, I assume it'll be for Callum Wilson. Marco Silva's really... God, crikey. You're Fulham, for fuck's sake. Accept your defeat graciously and be done with it. Adrian says, every time my dog gets off my bed, we score. Needless to say, fella's no longer allowed on the bed. Well, there you go. Anyhow, the game's carried on now. I don't know how long we're going to play here. We've played 94 minutes, but we haven't played anything for the last 2. The ball is going to go out of play. It's going to be Newcastle throwing just inside the Fulham half on the left-hand side. Hit that like button, people. Yep, exactly. Chaz Young said, it's not my channel, mate. It's the Toon Review. It's Paul's channel who's at the match. But give us a subscribe, mate. Hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny. And give us a like also. But welcome to the stream. All you new people. Wilson's going off and Chris Wood's coming on. All you new people, if you would go to the subscribe button, just click on it. It doesn't cost you a penny. And it makes you members of our family. But you can be a fully paid member by becoming a fully paid member. And you click the join button for that. And of course, thumbs ups if you like what you've seen. Nearly 1,000 in the chat. Chris Wood's on for Wilson. Lots of we've stolen this. Let's be honest. We've stolen this. The 5 minutes are up, but I think we've got a lot of time left. Long throw taken, and it's going to come off a full on foot. That's a corner. Whoa, referee! And they're quickly taking it. Leno's run to the middle of the goal. It's going to be no short stuff here. It's going to be long. Needs to be solid at the back here. Nice jump in the air, win the ball in the air. Got me go, Joe Linton against Mitrovic. That's a foul by Mitrovic. Balls come wide here for Kurzawa. Foot in, no. Trippier will take it and clear it away. And it's going to be a Newcastle throw, which is great for us. Chris Wood did well there. Paulinho had to step in and get the ball out of play. We've played 6 minutes of the 5 minutes injury time. It's still going to be another couple more, I think. Eddie Howe telling the team to show up now, I think. Great substitutions today from Eddie Howe. He couldn't help the first one, of course. Ball in here. Can Maxi get there? No, Leno's out to take it and clear it long down the pitch. This should be a Newcastle ball. It is. Maxi should get there. Does, but loses it. Wood does get a foot in, but Fulham do come away with the ball. Through the middle it goes. Off Longstaff's head and cleared as far down the pitch as possible from Trippier. Should be chasing this, lad. Should be chasing this. Isak might get there. Isak does get there, but it's going to go off him for a throw into Fulham. We've played 1 minute and 40 over the 5. I think there's another 20 seconds or so to go, at least. Tim Ream has it in the Fulham penalty area. We want to get this forward as quickly as possible, direct. Looking for that Mitrovic. Dan Burn gets a foot in. It's a free kick. No, it's full time. We've managed to hold on 1-0 to Newcastle. We've rode our luck there. I think we were lucky. The most amazing incident halfway through that second half, where Fulham were awarded a penalty after VAR. Mitrovic took the penalty, kicked it from one foot onto the other into the net. Unfortunately, because it was a double hit, it became a free kick to Newcastle. Never seen that before. You might never see it again. 1-0 Newcastle, though. Back to third in the table and only a point behind Manchester City. Mitrovic is one of our own, all right, isn't he? Let's be honest. Unbelievable. But there you go. Alex Isak came on, saved the day with a 88th minute winner. And that's a good sign. That's a good sign. If you can play as bad as that, and I think we played badly today, and get the 3 points, I think it's a good sign. And Alex Isak's come off the bench, paying his transfer fee off rapidly, isn't he? There you go, guys. Great stream. Thanks to all of you for joining us. Before you pop out, hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button if you're new. I'm glad you all enjoyed the show. And Danielle, great having you in the chat also. Sophie says it was a jamming result. It was a jamming result. But you watch this penalty now. Oh dear. Unbelievable. Yeah, we're back tonight, 8 o'clock, for the review of that game. Should be an interesting show, that one. We got away with murder there, didn't we? Let's be honest. But thanks to you lot. Thanks to the mods for helping out in the background. All that remains for me to say is I'm going to hide that banner now. Please join us at 8 o'clock for the review show. It will be exciting. It will be lively. But until then, look forward to seeing you. Have a great rest of your Sunday. And enjoy the North London derby, which is coming on next. Until then, till 8 o'clock tonight, away the lads and lasses.